This is about as close to a live stream as I can get. We're playing back the 4-hour chart somewhere in time in November. I don't know what year actually. I guess if I was, 2018. Remember the good old days. I found some free piano music. I suspect it's free. It's by a guy named Chopin. Chopin comes to, wow, it sounds like the beginning of that song by Leon Russell. Singing the Sign of You. I think these people are stealing stuff from way back already. Hello? Knock, knock. Hello. Anyways. How do you like the sell-off of that Bitcoin coming in this morning? How about that? Oof. Baby fell out of bed on a Saturday morning. How many times have we seen that? How sad. All the Bitcoinologists getting in at about 40,000. What's Tim Pool gonna say when it hits 20? It's at 20 grand and people are paying $8 a gallon, and you know what? I'm not saying that's not expensive, but look at the fucking people out there. Dude, skip a meal. Fill your car. I mean, it's God telling you to go on a diet. That's nature's way. So when you have a corrupt organism, a cancer that's spreading randomly, there's nothing more treacherous than that, right? But that's what the volatility of the market is. The problem with the market is that it's moving too fast, too far. So you wake up in the morning, and your Bitcoin is at some outrageous price, and you're like, I'm cringing at the thought that I should really buy more here, because why was I long in the first place? Now, all that matters is size. The decision to go long is detached from, let's say, the decision to go long for the next 4 hours and stick to that and wait for them to take you out at whatever stop you put in because you decided you're only going to risk $400. This is one trade out of your trading career. So if you're going to keep trading and you know how to trade, then you would just say, well, how far away is the next setup for me to rebuild the account, because it was quickly taken out. So if you were on the correct side of that trade and it was going your way, you'd be quickly making money. But you're not supposed to make money quick, because the problem is the quick. The quick is like evil. Get rich quick, right? The quick part's the offensive trigger. You got to get a safe space. You got to get an insurance company. You're going to die. The problem is you never accepted that you could die. At any moment, for any reason, you could just drop dead. Yeah, just the fear alone of all the stuff that's coming at you. So if money's involved and you're afraid of losing money, that's a problem too. So all this stuff about the money, it comes down to that. And so people talk about pips. Well, certainly on the 4-hour chart here, using my magical 21 moving average system, where here you're going to just have to say, if the yellow and the cyan cross the deep blue, you're in buy mode. Now, you would have got burned had you bought the moment they crossed over, because the market pulled back like a motherfucker, and you could have bought on a plunge into the obvious lonely fucking wick that I've talked about. If you're a member of the Lonely Wick, if you're a charter member of the Lonely Wick Club, Lonely Hearts Club Band, but you're buying here, right? So you're buying here for the scalp. You don't know how long this is going to take, but for all that's well in the chaos of life, it doesn't quite even take out this so-called supply. I'm calling each 4-hour history bar a supply zone. So this is a very narrow slot. Here's where you would commit tons of money to this entry. Well, not tons, but 3 times more than you would buy here. So you're going to buy 1, 2, and now you're going to, everything below this slot, you're going to load the wagon if you ever make it down there. It's also going to be your target if you sold this Lonely Wick top to Tommy shit. Now here, you could have got clobbered if you ran the exact same pip program, a grid, exact same linear grid. Obviously, this one's going to cost way more than this one, and this one you could have scalped out, and a slight engulfment of this first primary lost leader. So you own a warehouse of euro, and you have to attract. This is what. So the conspiracy bullshit narrative about the institutions is, I'm going to be an institution now. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to place a blanket of nesting orders for you to wick into while I'm sleeping or while I'm. Now here's, if I'm watching it happen, depending how much money I'm up or down, I'm gonna kind of ruin my trade plan in a sense, because whatever targets I set, people always say, well, what's the ratio on that? Of course, right? But what's the probability? So when I put a 100 pip stop on a 50 pip target, I could probably make my 50 pips. If I'm buying psycho plunge slots, I would call this the psycho plunge slot. You need to get acronyms for this shit, but you know, in the advanced charter memberships, they know this shit. This isn't a secret. Stop it with. I've got the fuck. Besides, we can see that the moving average crossover system went short about here, totally missing this fucking move, because anybody that kept scalping the new supplies and just getting at least, this is better than an engulf. This is to the floor and beyond, almost a take out of this. Then this one was just not as profitable pip wise. You're buying this and you're dumping. This is a buying program. Here, you're buying all of this. Now here's where the robot I'm thinking of on a 4-hour basis, if it's down hard in 4 hours, it calls to arms like people that are protesting in front of your house, calls them up and says, what? So you need a holy shit bot, right? Now the holy shit bot that sees that move and says, I want the other side of that. What the fuck are these idiots thinking? This is my view. Sorry, anybody that's short during this process. Anybody out there that's short during that, I'm thinking that short during that, I'm thinking, like, okay, dude, I'm gonna call that the lonely area. And when we go down here and like, how far away from the fucking stupid ass entry if you were to just flip a switch here and go, we're going short because the moving average crossovers have crossed over. Yeah, you complete fucking dumb shit, right? You're gonna get your balls slammed, date raped, back out, take out these highs. I call that the date rape because it involves the date from here to here. Okay, I don't trigger anybody. So, yes, I get that. But right now I'd want to be long. We're coming into Sunday. This is a 4-hour chart. Here's Sunday. People are going to dump to here, and there'll be new sellers here. We could be one of those sellers. The challenge is going to be, where do I stack up my first bank and just go, you know what, we'll put a 4-hour bank in here, go to sleep. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to have pendings here all week long, because I think this is the new lonely wick. It's kind of obvious, like after the spike, right after the last guy that wears a mask, I can't go outside anymore. People are all wearing the masks and stuff, so that's not a big problem. Another institutional limitation by the institution. So we're stuck in this thing now. It's going up. I like it. I'm gonna speed up the robot. Sorry, I just had to get that off my mind. Like I said, it's like a live stream, but live streaming, dude, that's you really gotta like, because I can't stop. If I start, I can't stop. I just I would run for like 12 hours and shit. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'm fucking just gonna die, collapse, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of fun here. This playback is fun too, because you could play back different schemes. But I think we can all see that if we put a 3-period moving average, or if we just bought every day it was going up. Like here's the true trend trader. This is the turtle trading. I'd say this is turtle trading. Pure turtle trading is just buy high, buy high, sell higher. So buy, get out, buy, get out, buy, get out. So a turtle trader gets destroyed when his system starts to. He's bought into this, right? And he didn't see this, and he's like, oh wow, like what the fuck's over here? And of course the market needs to satisfy itself, because it's not about people overbidding it. It's just that these are just natural turning points. What you think? I don't know. Isn't it inherently obvious? So when you took out this is the lonely wick where people are like, let's sell into this. Okay, yeah, they were doing well until it came back to their entry on that one wick, and they had to get out. I mean, they structurally should be getting out, regardless of time frame, because this high in price, regardless, if this could be a 1 minute chart, this would still be a bottom here, right? This would still be a bottom. So but you can't put that. I'm not gonna put that much data on the screen, because why fucking bother, right? Now your trend systems are long, and the scalpers have already got out to this, and they're going to start tearing them off here. There's going to be drama here. We're going to see this punch up. We're going to see it punch back. We can have buy limits here. We can have sell limits above here now. Now, the density, the placement, how much you organize that, how much work you want to put into laying a trap, but then you have to refresh the trap. Are you going to come in with a double click and say, I always buy 10 pips deep for, like, you have a rule. It's a grid rule. So my rules aren't, they're hard rules. They're not, they're just pip rules. Like, would you buy 30 pips deep for the next hour if the news came out? Well, how many tickets am I going to put into this stack? So it's the stack, it's the re-rack. If you're day trading supply and demand zones, or wicks, so to speak, if you just trade the wick only of a 4-period session, I would say this is it, right? You'd be like to break it down to elements that you can just plug in and out. So it's either going to be a range trade, which means if the market's quiet, the longer the market stands still, the more you need to assess that for a breakout trade. And I'm not saying I wouldn't, like it shouldn't, but it would make money, but it's another task for you to do. But you could literally write a script that says buy if it goes above 5 pips, sell if it goes below 5 pips. And if you're waiting for the market to calm down and it's dead, you just hit the button, literally. But now the ratios on that trade have to be pretty fucking good, because you're going to lose a leg out of this situation. So you have to put in a 5 pip stop, a 7 pip stop, and you have to stick to that. And now the expense in this trading system is you're going to get if the market starts to flare up, it's going to trap you in your default stop followed crowd entry. So you have to commingle that with a limit system also. So you'd actually have to have, if you do want to do this breakout thing, you can't just go into that gear. You still have to have the limits pending. Because if you're wrong about that, you do want to double up and go the other way. So you have to have multiple. You're trying to argue for both trades, because you could be wrong on both trades. It's more complicated to have a sell idea right now on this chart as this thing's unfolding that you're going to sell. So if I play it forward now, so your mindset, if you're going to stick to this, well, I'm going to, am I going to follow my system here like a good trooper, and I only take long trades from now on. Okay, I got you. And now you're killing it, right? Because you bought the delta. So if you had your breakout systems here because of the delta, they're triggered as if the body of a candle is small, the robot puts a trade on. He'll put a trend trade on, maybe. You could tell him to put a trend trade on, but like he would have done it here. Small bodies, regardless of the wick. This is a small body and that is not a stop entry, by the way. That's going to be, if this thing closes and the volatility is this, that robot executes in the market. So you can have that robot. I think that's the simplest robot I can think of, is that the rule is if these moving averages, if these cross over, we have a small delta on close, it just starts to put in a hedge. Because you have tight stops and the ratios are good, when it pounds down here, you're already out. Already out. And it's going to reload the wagon here hard, because if part of the delta math is that we have a small wick and a small body, now that robot is engaged in that. But he's still, everybody needs that wick on the 4 hour to pay the rent. Okay, this wick on the 4 hour to the guy that has targets, because he bought this supply. Yes, we know it's in a downtrend. We're not stupid. This is the ultimate trend entry, by the way. Come back to the mean 21. It's one better than a 20 EMA, which the banks use, since obviously makes more money, duh. So, I'm just kidding. So, but the delta's small here, and here comes the trend bots, right? So let's speed it up and see what happens on the big picture, so to speak. And I'm only at speed of 26, so we got plenty of headroom left. Okay, we're breaking a Sunday night. People's heads are exploding. Now, I want to be the seller. I'm going to say this before I speed it up. There will be sellers here. I think this is what's going to happen. I want to see if I guess right, because I really pride myself in saying, yeah. So I'm extending these out to say, if we get out here, I'm going to put even more tickets that are more. And when I get above here, I'm going to sell so much that I could blow up the account. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I could lose money. Some people, one guy's account blowing up, or another guy's just getting stopped out of a big trade, right? So some guy that's risking $1,000 a trade, and some guy has $1,000 in an account, knows how to make $500 a week. Like, this should be pretty easy, right, with $1,000 account. I'm talking about 24-hour trading, right? You just let the tickets in right now. You can be on your cell phone. I got cell limits. I'm like, okay, let's power some more. They do more. And so more is more, right? Ingving Malsteins. Somebody was talking about the microphone prices going up. Yeah, I know. I guess there's these shocks. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was at the store the other day, and I'm like, okay, it's a little more expensive. But people's heads are exploding because their heads are exploding. That's kind of why. So I feel like down here, let's start over from scratch. Let's rethink this now. So we should be getting out, and this is going to be the tipping point. This is the goobers have their buy stops here to go long. I just don't want to really commit. I could have bought down here. I know. Don't talk to me about that. Like, they could have been long from here, and they're up. No, I kind of don't like what you're saying. I kind of want to. What's wrong with you, man? You're like my angriest fucking trader we've ever met. I know. So, well, I don't know about that. The angry trader. There's a guy named the Angry Photographer. I've recommended his stuff now. He is fucking, wow. This guy is really dialed down on shit. Okay, people. So we're long, and I kind of don't like these trades, actually. Well, we're going to open into Sunday night. But it's not our choice. It's not for us to like it. I want what the market wants. Okay, let's speed it up. Let's go to full throttle. Okay, full throttle. Let's go full throttle. Okay, so there you go. Did I not say I wanted to be a buyer down here? Did I not say that? Right? But how much, dude? So I said this is the ultimate slot. Didn't hit it, dude. Is this a good trade or not? You're supposed to be in buy mode. And don't forget, you bought so much right here at this price as soon as it crossed over, like you really can't go long there, dude. So that's why I get that there's a trend here or whatever, but isn't this lonely wick the fucking entry of? And it's been established. By the time you come into this delta, another delta. So the delta bots actually kind of made money because they made money on that wick. See? So now Now we're still holding this. We're looking to clean this shit out now. Now it's about, holy fuck, what if we hit this fucking price? This is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking if you can tactically tackle this territory without worrying about whether it's right or wrong, you just know that there is supply or demand, whatever demand for the other guy, like a motherfucker here, and I'm counting you. I guess you could count the shoulder here. You could count the closing prices, but this is a moment in time where this is a moment at the end of time. This takes into account everything that happened in 4 hours of insanity. And this is at the closing hammer. Now you could have a hammer bot. I suppose you could have a hammer bot, and it would go long here. That's true because you have crossover. You are still in buy mode. This is the shit that blows people's brains out, blows their account up. They went so fucking hog long here, and they put a stop here, and they got stopped out. That is what is described as a retail trader, I guess. This is what they're saying. What I understand, but it's just a rule. So these retail traders have a rule list because they love rules. Dude, I met people that I had to just break up with some people recently. I thought I could help them, but you know what? Can't do it anymore. So, like, you can't babysit somebody through everything. So, real life problems. So now, look at this thing. Now here we're about to crush, and I'm going to stand in front of this train a little bit. I'm going to start to pull my limits away now. I can feel it. I'm imagining this is happening right now in real time. So I got sell limits here, and I'm like, yeah, we could scalp into this territory and back to here. This is the only trade I see available now from that standpoint. Now, the true goober would have done a trailing buy stop, and he would have got filled here because he wants to get picked up in the first storm, the first volatility price pulse. But we're in the big. So this is Sunday night. This is probably coming into Monday morning or something here, and wow, they got to buy the balls here. Now I feel like a seller now. I want to step back and be flat into this movement right now. If you don't mind, please. So I can close all open and pendings right now. This will be quite a intense trade, I would say. This could be quick and dirty, or this is a slow crash, pop up, rip back. Now at this point, I want to run the buy program too. Buy limits pending here now. Deep, real deep, and then the mother load. Set it, forget it. That may not get filled, but I'm not losing any money. So from a no-nonsense standpoint, they love that. Like, well, the trade didn't get triggered. I'm going, dude, perfect. So, yes, if you feel like that about it, then yes, capital preservation is going to be your key. You're trying to make $500 a week, but if you lose $200 a week, you say after 2 weeks, what the fuck am I doing? What am I, fucking idiot? So we can see the trends perspective, people. But I'm a supply and demand trader, so I'm going to sell into this martingale into that, dare I say. And when I hit this rooftop is where the martingale shove starts. So there's no, we could scale in and in, scale. There's got to be a cash out point. There's got to be a cash out point. You have to have the cash shots, right? You can't just fucking stand in front of these goddamn goobers because they're long, dude. This is gonna gush like a fucking idiot. It's like this fucknut turning off the spigot for the American oil. And like a fucking dreamster. So I don't know if I told this story before, but this guy I used to wake up with in the morning in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this guy was wow. He was disconnected, but he was smart enough to rig his own grade system in the computer. He knew that much. His parents thought he was getting straight A's, but he wasn't. And he wanted to go down to this parts area of used computer shit, and it looked really cool. It looked like a fucking sci-fi movie in there. And he wanted to build a digital audio device. I'm like, can we do this? Like, I don't know what my point there was, but no, you can't. Okay, so I'm getting filled here on the sell side. Okay, so I can feel it. First sells. Now, how deep? How deep is your love for the sell side? This is the biggest obstacle. I say, let's sell $100 worth to here. If we get to here, we're going to go down. We'll be down. I'm putting the losses in here first. I'm saying if we get filled here, we'll be down by $50. We'll be down by 100 here. We'll be down by $500 by here. I've only lost about $150, $200 going into this because some of these tickets. So this is how deep my love is. It's like, it looks like this in reality. So these are all separate tickets, and the further out in time they are, based on this vacuum, we're coming into the trap. Now I am short on stuff, and now here's my first scalp, and there's nothing more to it than that. I'm going against, or I'm willing to. And it's a scary trade because I don't sell much, but I'm having to sell this to make money. So I'm going to go sell this, because my creed is I'm going against the trend traders. So when it's going up, if people tell me it's an uptrend, I go, where can I start to sell? I'm a contrarian, so I have to sell this. But if I was long this, I'd be holding it. I'm just saying, I would be still long that. So I would actually be against myself. I don't know if it makes sense, but if I bought down here and I scalped it here, I would stay long, and I would be the long. But I'm an up guy. But if I'm gonna if my strategy is I'm gonna take about $800 and throw it in here to make $1,600 coming back, even though I'm gonna be down $800 along the way a few times. And if they stop me out and I still believe in the trade, like you have to believe, I guess, to spend the time to lay the tickets and think it's going to work, the strategy of selling into this vacuum, or you're selling against the retail traders now. For the scalp, like I said, the best goober entry was to put a buy stop on this. Okay? This is just, I have no pip grade on here, so we just have to imagine, you just kind of have to imagine these high volatility wicks. If you can cash out here and pay for this drift, that is the best of both worlds. So you scalp the wick and you hold for and you can see there's a delta, so in your mind's eye you could say, well, I could add it to market. Like I said, it's better to add it to market than to put a buy stop. Because if you put a buy stop based on the breakout of the bar of the closing small delta, then it's just stupid. Besides, there's less trades, there's less robot interaction. The robot only trades this, so there's robots that are going to come in hard on that, or it's going to be you. You're going to look at that and go, holy shit, I can at least get a breakout scalp in, and if the sell side's triggered, like if I just put on a symmetrical trade here and accept the stop out, the payoff on the downside is so fucking insane, and you're already a buyer on your own limits here, so you're going against yourself. I hate to say it, but this is the ultimate trader, right? You can see the goobers are selling here, right? There's the delta. Okay, I see what you guys are doing. I could do that trade. And this is 3 deltas in a row. So this would be a triple witching or whatever. This is a triple dead. Triangle here maybe on the. But I'm not going to draw triangles on wicks because it takes too long. Just go for a small body. We know there's a triangle inside the small body in a smaller time frame. That's why the fucking thing exists, right? The market within 4 hours hasn't done shit. This is triggering the buy bots that go with the strict rule, and you just made it. You just made it. You could tighten this up so the switch happens, right? Of course, but now you're going to get whipsawed, right? So the delta is the trend trader's ultimate entry. He gets in here, but once again, too tight to stop. Bye-bye. But if he steps back up to the plate, if you're going to trade with rules, dude, you only need 2 rules. What at the end of 4 hours, is it a trader or isn't it? on a closing basis for a closing robot. The only question is, do you have a setup? Yes. In the Delta entry system, you do. The smaller the open to close, the more you have to get in that trade. There's not many trades like that. Now, if you do layer on top a moving average filter, a simple switch that says this or that, the only reason that robot's going to fail is the amount of the price pulse. So when the market goes fucking nuts, you got to come in with an 80 pip stop to trade the same pattern. And granted, so I don't have a pip grid here, you're going to say, well, on this chart, that pattern was cost, and it paid, yeah, because that is like, you're going to tell me the corona, well, how do you, people ask me in these videos constantly, well, how do you trade that coronavirus wick? I'm like, well, how do you trade the deep pegging of the Swiss franc? You don't. Dude, it's okay. There's tomorrow. There's next week. Right now. I mean, you would never even let that data even come in your robot. And actually on closing prices, if you go to a yearly closing price, you don't even see the depegging of the Swiss franc, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it lately, but it's not a point worth arguing, because we all know that when the fucking wheels come off, dude, they came off. They're bye-bye. Everything's gone. Start over from scratch. It's gone. Forget about it. Put a fork in it. We've been there. We've done that. We know about that stuff. It's okay. Don't worry. We got you. So here I'd be selling. Don't forget I'm shorting, and I just already cashed out. Did I say I made money here? Is anybody paying attention? Did I make money? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't look. Okay, I was looking at something here in the room. Sorry. See, this is why I can't even fucking manage this, you know? Some guy said I didn't make sense in my video lately. This market thing I did. I probably don't. That's the whole point, dude. Because if you knew what I was doing, I'd be out of a job. Everybody would do what I was doing, and the market would stand still. I've mentioned this many a time in my videos that if you knew what I know, you'd just kill yourself. I'm still waiting to cash out on that. Oh, Lord, please. Now, I have buy limits down here again. I'm going to do this trade. If I'm not even in the market now and I missed that one, I'm like, well, I should know. If I really want to be daring, which I probably would be on some level here, I put the 1 hour scripts in here, the 2 hours, the 3 hour, the 4 hours. And I would just hand drag them, or I'm going to hand drag them probably, because I like to build it by hand. So I'm going to come in here like this and just drag and drop them. And I'm going to stack my order banks in. That's just how it is. It's like inventory control in a warehouse, unfortunately. Selling above here is going to be gravy. This is going to be the most obvious sell zone spelled out by this higher past high. So the stair step down, the stair step out. If you had to trade this in a completely mechanical trading, and that's what the guy was complaining about, the mechanical trading system, you're running sell stops, right? The delta's getting smaller. Yes, you're getting a closing price delta that's small, and turn on the sell stop bot, turn on the buy stop bot. A little trap here, but if you consider this big fucking down move all the way to here, presupposing, and you're running your better ratios here. This is the trade. How long did that trade wait to set up? This one didn't meet the criteria, maybe? It did on these small deltas, but they whipsawed you back the other way. This is supposed to be a beautiful breakout down to the downside, small delta, just like back here. Remember this one? It's so perfect. What went wrong? Well, you know, don't forget there was people buying like a motherfucker on that wick. The scalp to that would be me. This one too. They were heavy long into this delta. Pow. Delta means small volatility. Low delta, low volatility, low, whatever they call it over there. What's the, but it's always lagging, right? Look at this fucking drama. Look at this. Now we're screaming up. I'm still selling. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to put orders and go to sleep on that. That is the trade to me. Okay, so I'm going to take it up to high speed now. High speed playback. Just under the highest speed. One notch under 32. Okay, 30. 30 is fine. So here we go. We're selling into this. Now this side, I really am having a hard time lately to do this trade, but it's making money, so what are you going to do? Like I say, true contrarian is selling this pocket. And then I'm going to refresh it too. So if I scalp out, if I let this go, to the targets are going to be down here. You should have targets down here now. There's plenty of these trades all day long. Okay, I can tell by the behavior the scalpers are getting out. Or the scalpers have hit their target by where we're at now. So we've made it back to the breakout point. Okay, wow, that's the first kind of probe into. They trapped the retail guy, and he's going, holy shit, this is harder than I thought. Joe said to go long, Mary said to go short. Can't you see it's a trap? I'm like, yeah, I know, but rules are rules, and your dog was on my lawn, so I blew his head off. Why'd you do that, sir? It was the third time I learned how to speak dog, and I barked at the dog, and the dog, I get the right fucking gender too right on the dog. I had to get the right dog pronoun, but I did it. I cracked the fucking code on it, dude. So don't fucking take me to. Okay, so we scalped out, and then some, a little bit deep into the pocket. Sometimes you get that. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, supply and demand trading. Now the goobers are still long. They're going to buy the small delta. We're waiting for the completion of this next bar to get the delta numbers to come in. 0 delta 1 come in. Do you read over? Do we have small delta? Yeah, we do. Okay. Actually, the turtle traders are buying this shit right here. It's going up, so we're buying. Why is that, Joe? It's an uptrend. Did she just? If you count 5 bars back, how many bars again? 5 bars back on it. Okay, you got to listen. He's not paying attention. You're gonna have to leave. We're gonna call the police. No trespassing. Digital no trespassing on you too now. I just thought about digital no trespassing is going to be the next law. I saw you commented on my page here. I don't like what you said. Digital no trespassing, please. Step back from the robot. Put on a trade here. That's pretty handy dandy. Robot just put a trade on. It looks like, I don't know, long or short. Can't see. Probably selling. I'm letting a MetaTrader trade for me. Jed said you scared him out of that trade. He's pissed off. There was a guy I talked to about 5 years ago now, and I scared him out of a trade. I said, because look you can see the scalpers are probably out. He's like, well, should I get out? I'm like, dude, I don't know what your target is. I mean, I'm going to start selling above here again. So if I already milked this wick, I'm going to come in and milk the next wick. I know it doesn't sound right, but that's what you need to do. Like, so this is still a consideration. So forever, you could put orders in here that last all week. So if you wanted to be a very disciplined trader, like you put your nuts out, you ball walk across the room, and that's what these trades are about, right? You got buy limits down here all week. You're like, yeah, call me when you fucking hit this shit, because I'm gonna rape every one of these. These are date rapes, by the way. Probably gonna get flagged for that, but. Seriously, here's the date, and here's the rate. Okay. Oh, I can see it could be a problem. You just we'll just call it price rape. Price rape is the new. It's a new. Remember, the ICT guy was railing on. I showed Steve Morrow how to trade supply and demand. I showed John Travolta how to dance. Don't you know who I am? Dude, I'm in charge of confiscating all dangerous weapons to make this a completely soft target. If you don't mind, step away from my platform. You're not allowed in the MT4 room, son. I don't see your credentials. Don't forget we're selling into this. I'm going to go to sleep and wake up with money on this one. Sell, 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 and sell like a mother. So here's where my stubbornness becomes a real asset to my trading account. People say, how can you sell into that? I'm like, watch. So I'm probably about, I'm down about $50 now. Down about 75. If I don't have if I put my stop way up in top tick Tommyville like a true fucking, now that's gonna be once again arguing against myself in a sense, because here was the delta entry. Why aren't you still in this trade? Because I don't have the patience. I want to just take that wick money. I want to bank wick money off the gates here. So here, I could still be long from here, and it is the appropriate trade. So I guess here's the thing. Here's the thing. No joke. I'm inappropriate, so I accepted this fact. So I just try to control it on some level. But I want to sell into this. Sell, 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 sell. Fuck these fucking trend. I'm an angry person. I don't think I've hit that at all. Fuck the. Oh, don't you shouldn't be. Hey, Johnny's got a new Porsche. He's still long from here. I'm like, fuck Johnny. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to make 3 Porsches up here, dude. Okay? 3 Porsches up here. In fact, why don't these Forex traders put their fucking Lamborghini? Can't they do like a little Lamborghini animations? Here's my little Lambo. I want you to hit that fucking grid, dude. I'm going to sleep. You guys are boring me. I'm already short. Now I'm down about $200, I think, actually. Try to call out what I estimate my losses here. I'll be psycho short above here. Psycho short. Just keep that in mind. I'll be down about $800 when we get up into here. Looking to make $1,600 after that. Coming back the other way. Coming back in the re-rape of price. So the vertical price that happens. So there's another robot that I talked about, was in the beginning of the video, is the screaming bot. At the end of this 4-hour session, it's going to sell based on how many pips we went up, or percentage of the market maybe, well, based over some time if you want to do that. But I don't like that idea because it's not a hard number. I always trade hard numbers. So I'm like, okay, we're going to risk $800 here. This is going to happen. Okay, we're getting hit here. Now we're down about $315, I would say. On limits, everything's limit here. So, and of course the trend traders are going, like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Like, can't you see the fucking... And of course the Johnny with the 5 Porsches holding on from here. I got you. I'm going to wink at him across my yard. I got you, buddy. I'll be washing his car later. So, here, up into this. I want to be fucking martingale fucking short up into this box shit. I want to be blow your brains out short here. I'm a little bit sweating it here. And I said the shoulder of this candle I would sell into the close. Here's a time based, because here's another time based entry. But I like this idea that this is the moment of fulfillment, then rejection or satisfaction. The trend traders are right out of this delta. They nailed it. If they scaled out, let's hope they scaled out, son, because then it's a green trade. It's a sustainable trade. He wins, I win. It's a win-win situation. Sustainable Forex trading. Okay, so I woke up, or I'm watching this happen. So I like to watch these happen if I can. If I go to sleep and I don't see them in any positions and there's money in the account and all of a sudden they start getting filled, I get a warm feeling because I know that my plans are being met. My criteria is being met. My side of the money market contrarian fill is happening. And it's just a math problem at that point. I'm either going to be wrong or right for X amount of dollars. But at the end of a candle that's screaming up like this, if I'm not in enough sell limits, I will sell a little bit at the market, but I won't sell more than 20% of the market here. And then what I'll do is right now, on this chart right now, because it's peeling off of these, and hopefully I've got some scalps built into that. Right? If I'm going to actually say, well, I should have known to have exits all the way back now. If I'm still underwater from this one, and I said I'd be down about, now I'm only down about $160, I figure. If I scalped $50 off the top of that, and I'm still short, I'm going to refresh with more sell limits. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to play it is, I like where I'm at. I'm not going to touch it, but since I know how to put sell limits in, I'm going to refresh this again with sell limits now. Based on how much money I just made here, and almost back to here. Not quite back to the goober entry. I want the wick money. If Jimmy Bob across the street with his eight Porsches or his white cars he rented, if he didn't get out here, he's not too bright, is he? He's kind of stupid. He's not the brightest, sharpest script on the block, and that's to his problem. So we're going to play this out. I'm going to go for a higher speed. I can't take it. I'm going to go one more notch up. We're at 30. I'm going to go 32. 31's screaming here for our chart. So let me try to pay attention. Fast on your mark, set, go. 31 speed. I hope the piano's not too loud. I can't tell where my stuff's set here because I had a problem with all my gear coming into this situation. Had some gear issues with the inputs volumes. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to tip your waitress over there playing the chopping music. She's in a spandex outfit. She's wearing those Lululemon shorts that she wears at the yoga club. And later on tonight, we're going to have a lot of guys come around and tip her. What tip, you say? Well, everybody here has gender dysphoria. Well, we have bias dysphoria. We don't know if we should go long or short. Do you identify as a bull or a bear? How fucking dare you? Step back, Jack. I don't need any of this fucking talk. Nobody's going to be impolite in my fucking Forex trading chat window either. Some people, another reason why I can't stream is because people were saying, but you don't have any rules about who you invite on the stream. I'm like, yeah, I guess I don't care. I'm plead guilty there again. Don't give a shit. So the goobers are winning this one. Sorry, the goobers are winning. Say what you will about the long goober. He's still long. He's laughing at you. But you scalped him. Yeah, you scalped his head off there. You took a piece out of him, but he's coming back, Jack, and he put another buy stop here just to fucking put it in your face and make you look like a fucking idiot. Right there. That is going to be the line of scrimmage. It's what all these fucking people that do all this sports stuff, they talk all this sports shit, you know. Oh, like, this is the line of scrimmage, buddy. You cross that, you cross it out. Forget you. Forget about you. We know a lack of you around here. Be talking bad about other traders and shit. Where's your fucking trading system? Right here, man. This is goober metrics right here. I call this... You know, if I was going to sell one of these systems, maybe I would sell it. I'd call it Goober Delta. This is trading for beginners. But you told me to go short here. You told me to go short here. I know. Well, this one worked out, but I got kicked out. That's because you didn't have enough tickets in. I'd say you need to trade at least 20 tickets. Like, and of course, those tickets could be large tickets, 10 tickets. You kind of have to have a. If you're flexible enough, they say you should be a flexible trader. So we have Delta. It's very small. Wow, my bots are on that. Should I hedge it or should I? I'm going to hedge it. So here's my dream. And I think I could build it. I just need a criteria for execution. So after 4 hours, if we have a open to close pip range, this is going to be for the dual entry. It buys and sells at the market. So that's obvious. We could have one robot do that task. He is now long. And we could just up his size. So when he goes long and short, he'll come in with long and shorts with different stops and different targets. He'll become a more complex bot. So we either build him up or we make another bot. And the proper thing to do is make another bot that is going to come in with different stops and different targets based on a small delta. So we will never repeat a robot's execution. He is a one-trick pony. He has his own magic number, what have you. So I need that robot. I'm going to have to build that. Find somebody who knows how to code that shit. But that is, I'm giving away the secret, I suppose, of trading here. That you need multiple bots doing multiple tasks on a 4-hour chart, and some of these robots that you build will not even fucking engage for about maybe 8 weeks. You're building a robot that will barely trade the market. But this is the ultimate situation. If you could build that, then all you need to do is crank up each robot. Once they're established, you size up that bot. What you do actually after that experiment, actually running that real time every day, now what you're going to do is look at the data. Well, who's getting the most fills? Who's over trading? It's your virtual prop house. You've hired 100 employees to do dumb shit tasks they would never do. You couldn't find somebody to do. They'd go, why? You're going to pay me how much? $2 per email. You send out an email every 8 weeks when you sign up with our firm. Can you imagine telling somebody that? How much money can you make per hour? Like, how does this work again? Oh my god, I have to play piano. Relax, buddy. Stop doing a fucking Forex stream. Shut up the fuck on this. Who invited this piano player in here? Dude. Well, they meth back then. Listen to this shit. Meth back then. Welcome to the Meth Back Then Forex streaming engagement charter membership. Look back into the 4-hour chart. We are currently long. Like I said, we put the hedge money came out here. Another hedge trigger. So we're getting engagement on our Delta systems because they work, dude. Why do you trade like that? Because it works. I know this trade exists, but I'm kind of like I said, I'm kind of a stubborn person, a contrarian. I want to sell into the gush. Back to this. I love that trade. Not to say, but now I feel like I want to buy the plunge again. I feel a plunge coming in, so this is how I feel about the market. You don't have to trade like that all the time. You can be a goober trader. I apologize to the no-nonsense society of economics. Just putting it in there for us so that I don't get sued during the taping of this conversation. These matters are being recorded for quality assistance later on. I need some depositions, if you don't mind. Step away from your microphone. We're filming you right now. We can read your thoughts based on your latest clicks. Okay, delta again, small delta. I feel a trigger coming on. I know the trend traders are just itching. They're just so giddy. Now I'm going to put buy limits in. The new lonely wick, I'm going to put 4 hours and 3 hours in here, half hours, and wait for drama to come. There's drama around the corner, people. Step away from your platforms if you don't know what you're doing here. If you're not a professional, we don't want anybody getting hurt during any of our live streams or 4X educational material. You realize everybody in my chat room's been fully vaccinated, so everybody's feel very safe to get right up on each other. You see a fucking limb, you see a body part, you see something animating next to you, feel free to jump on some animation. Feel free to animate yourself. We're running animation screens in the background here if you don't mind. If you don't mind, step away from the platforms if you don't know this trade. This is a trend trader's long trade. This is Goobernomics here. We have a top becoming a bottom. The scalpers have had their fun. The confirmation traders are buying. Small deltas come in, buy. I'm a seller above here. I re-rack. I sell. I don't care what these fucking goobers do. You could put all the fucking masks. You could put a mask on your deck, dude. I do not care. I don't care if it's fucking Martingale Pride Month for me, dude. It's Martingale Pride Month. I'm selling into this like you can't fucking believe. Even Martingale would cringe. Martingale would cringe if he saw how heavy. Man, he took it seriously. I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. Above here, oof, this shelf still almost got tagged and bagged on that. The goobers had their buy stops here. I'm not going to buy till I really know it's going up. It's going up all right. Well, we bought here, but it's okay because Jimmy Bob's got 5 Porsches and he's got a stop back here. He says it ain't never touching that. They may never touch that, actually. But now, if you want to buy the mini plunge vac, if you're a trend trader, I'd also recommend, if you're a trend trader, have a constant trolling buy limits very shallow, because instead of waiting for the delta is being proven by the fact that in a couple hours it can only pull back X. Trading is a lot of work. You have to put buy limits in here shallow. You're buying the delta. I'm long on just the delta bots. We're long. We're actually extra long because it almost crossed over here. So if I was really going to do this, I would tighten up this and make this a little bit faster crossover, right? But then it would have missed a few trades. I don't know. This may not be the best moving average system, okay? I'm just saying. I guess the ultimate rule is if it comes back to the river, if you consider this the river, in a true moving average, forget the crossover factor. Just look at the slope. Look at the fact that it's coming crushing back to the moving average. And people are going to say, look, it finds support at the moving average, in a sense. But it didn't here, so what the fuck good was that, right? So in a sense it did, but that's kind of random. In other words, the slope, it didn't come back to, like, look, it's finding resistance. Yeah, I guess. No, if you want to sell there, fucking do it. Yes, that, I would say, definitely, that is the rule. But the fact that it knows the 21 exists is fucking insane. That's the only departure I have with those people. It can't see it. It doesn't respect it. It just, like, here, okay, but buy it back at the river. Now, the eager beaver sellers, and I might be one here depending how pissed off I am, I'm selling into that on some level. I know somebody else is. I know they're going to sell like a motherfucker above this. Okay, sorry, this is adult content. Motherfucker means, let me translate, a fucking lot. Like, your mom's involved. Okay, so big seller here. Sell. And the buy limits are pending now here. Now I just love this trade. Buy limits now. Come on. Bring it. 15-minute scripts here. Half hours, 1 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. Stacking up. Now that's me doing that. I don't think there's a robot I could make other than the contrarian bot that says when it's down heavy, it starts front running with limits as opposed to buying at that. So the engagement here from different robots, if I was to keep a score, the Delta bot is already scalped out of something. He had to. I design everything to take something off the table. Otherwise, you're going to get crushed on this shit, and it still goes up, okay? That's where they're going to that's why you're not going to make money. Because as big as Jimmy Bob got on these two deltas, and he's added to the winner, and I got that, and he's like, don't cut your profit short, I got that. Like, he's that guy that's going to argue that system. If he does not scalp out, he's going to be hit over the fucking head with a crowbar when it comes into here. Because, yes, he could be right, but if he's not scalping out into that, it could be total fucking disaster coming back to here. I'm just saying. So you got to keep these things in mind. And if you're doing what I'm doing, which is just selling it at the new highs right now, I just went short into yours. Not that your trade is no good, but you should have cashed out with me and gone back off the top tick Tommy theory. You should be almost flat if you still believe in the trade, which I've done this trade all the time. Come back with the buy limits shallow now, rebuild the whole position long, because if you really think it's going up, you just made the best money you could ever make. You made it from 2 delta entries to the supply zone wick tip, top tick Tommy shit. You're coming back to here. Sorry if I get a little excited there. For the anger trigger people, I think I passed the decibel barrier. I don't have a compressor on this system I'm running here. So I turned mine on my computer, though. There's a way to enhance your audio for free in Windows. It's a hack. I don't know who's listening. So the Delta bots, if I let my hedge bots, if they're giving me good statistics based on the market I've dialed, I look at the statistics at the end of the day to see how I may not trade the Delta bots. The buy limits are coming in now heavy in the buy limits. So we are totally out. If I'm still short from top tick Tommy goober entry here, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. This is probably the European sell-off or whatever. This is something to something. If I'm flat right now, I'm sitting back going, oh, this is like a lounge lizard shit, dude. Buy limits now. Heavy buy limits down here. Like, forget about it. This may be 2 days away. This is a fucking gold mine off of here. Once again, this still exists. I'm playing back the market pretty fast. 1 notch below ultimate speed. And I guess I could change the playback speed by... Right now I got every tick playing back. I could change the speed and really get better dialed in, sorry. But gives me time to fucking make nonsense comments on top. This is what I do. It's who I am. Don't forget who we are. You know, being a trader, you know, watching the gas prices, you know, to me it looks like a trade that's in Delta right now. It is stalled out up here. I'm like, wow, really? These people are fucking nuts at this price, dude. Like, it's fucking nutty. So they're going to force, Exxon is going to force the government to open up the spigot. Is what's going to happen. Corporations to the rescue again. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. So I think we top tick Tommy crude. The Bitcoinologists are loving this plunge here. We're all below water. Okay, so I'm buying the plunge here. Let's stay on fucking task, goddammit. So you know what? I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna give it to the fucking triple delta, because each robot that's unique. It's unique robot stratification is what this is, because you have to have these robots come in on this. Now they're going to come down. It's cashing out. You got to let that go. Now here's the overseer. If you have a robot overseer that's going to say, well, you are up pretty fucking good on this trade, and that would be me, just to look, dude, you're so up in the trade, just cash out. Or if I didn't have any trades on, I would be cashing out right now on that wick. I'd have to on something. Or you're really loading the wagon because it just pierced the river. It just pierced the uptrend that all the trend traders are playing the 21. 3 styles of 21 slope. I would call this a slope bot because the slope rules are in force. If it's sloping up, right, this is the buy. It's not that it crossed over. It's that any of these moving averages are on the slope up. Right? Isn't that a better criteria? So I couldn't do that myself too easily here. I don't think. Could I do it? Like visually, it's a little bit of a challenge. Here we turn the corner here, and this a simple moving average finally agrees about here. So we take off the simple moving average, and we just go with the slope. Maybe I'll do that right now. Sorry, guys. Sorry for misleading you, but the simple moving average is just kind of like really goober-esque. I guess it's the ultimate entry. Like you can load the wagon if it pierces. Like you can make a rule for that. Like if it hits the blue line. So here, okay, just forget what I said. If you pierce the blue line on the simple 21, load the fuck. So there's a robot out there looking for that. He's got pendings riding. How hard can this fucking be? There's a robot laying pendings. I'm giving away the secret of how to trade with. This is how your robot has to look. I'm going to need to make a video what I'm looking for. So, like if you pierce, it's got pendings along this whole fucking thing. And it's got a series of pendings. Single tickets here. A cluster of 50K with various stops and various targets. It just cashed that fucker out. Hello. It almost got in here. But no, here. And the pendings are riding. If I made this a faster moving average, it would definitely change the stats because we would have got it filled. You could see we would have got it filled here and here. If it closes above that, it's even a better trade. Had it closed below the blue line, there would be a unique bot that comes in and assesses. He's hard written. He's called to arms, okay? You can have a million magic numbers in MT4. So the scale of the project, right? The scale of that. And there's probably a guy that took this trade and said, you know, I learned this in a book and I got in here and fucking if that didn't work, right? His only problem is when he gets in here, like this is such a spectacular movement, and he really didn't think about, well, it's clearing out this, so I got to think about getting out at some point. I can always reload the gun. Is it worth reloading the gun? Can you have multiple trade plan systems? Of course. I can have all that shit running. I can see these guys trade. And I'm going to sell again up here. So if I'm not in this trade yet, I'm sitting here waiting to get in. That's all there is to it. I get that Jimmy Bob's going to tell his wife, look at this. I'm still long from here. I added here at the Delta like they told me in the fucking manual. I just paid how much for this class? Okay, now look for insane drama here. Insane drama. I'm selling into that. I'm already short into it. Jimmy Bob should be cashing out about now if he's got half a fucking brain. I expect a high drama event over many pips, and if we close up here, it's going to trigger the same robot that went long here. The giant swing bot comes in here. He goes long here. He only engages in big down moves. You've got this trade riding, maybe on another account. You know, if you really was going to do this, you'd have another account that just trades at the market. Okay, when I see a big down move, I buy. It's a market-only account. Big up, I sell. Big up, I sell. Big up, I sell. I wait. I come back here. This one's break even. These are all winners. I'm assuming you're trading with a giant fucking stop because you're only going to execute if you see this. There's only 3 fucking trades, dude. I'm sick of hearing people talk about, well, you can't sell into that. Well, you could have sold into it on limits. Did it fucking matter? So I discovered, well, why would I sit there and babysit and wait for a big fucking high drama moment? I gotcha, I guess. Like, it would have scalped something off of here. And here, certainly, yes, I got you. So that's why I'm leaving something. I'm not going to put all my limits in so I can do both. The ultimate is going to be you cash out of this because this is back to here, and when it goes higher, you are ready to fucking really sell. And if you feel like I'm getting overfilled, and this is what happens when you're doing this style of trading, you're going to feel like, holy shit. You shouldn't feel that feeling until... So you always have to guess higher and deeper than you can fucking believe, okay? That is the trick. So I'm heavily selling this, and I told you I had martingale like a motherfucker up here. I'd teach martingale a lesson. This is a lot of money right now I'm making. I know that because I know how I would have stacked up all those sell limits, and I would have been just like the whole time we're on our way there, I'm just manually dropping. Drop. Now if we make it back to this Delta Cove here, or make anything back, now I'm cashing. This is now I'm down, but don't forget, I did this trade. If I took the Delta entry and I sell into it, you have to be both people. I'm sorry, if you want to make money consistently, you have to go against your trade. So see how that just popped? Did you see how that popped? That's real. So right at the end of that time, if you're still short, you were able to scalp to here. You can't even see it on close here. Now, sell again. And now I am short for the swing, but I'm going to put sells in for this. Stepping in front again on sell limits. I am. So that's the trade I'm doing now. And in this system, all it entails is you taking this script that's pre-written to become a sell limit up here and a buy limit down here. So if you want to bracket the market on limits and see what that's like. So psychologically, it's not available to everybody because you're saying, I'm going against my own trade. Why would you put a buy? Yeah, because I'm going to fucking straddle the market. It's called a straddle. Option traders would understand. It's a limit hedge as opposed to a stop entry hedge or a market hedge. If you put this on at the market and I say, well, the robot's going to come in because delta's small. These are sloping up. We're above the simple. Let me change the math on that. So let me just edit this. I'll make this faster. So make this 13. 13, and I'll make... so I just made that a 13 on one of these. The exponential is a 13, and I have a linear weighted, which is kind of hug. It's wait, this is the linear weighted one, the 21. So it's kind of so making the exponential faster, and if they're both above, I can keep them. I can keep the filter switch kind of like this is more proper. Sorry. I mean, it's just too disturbing. So if you do go for the crossover, this is a 13 crossing, 13 exponential crosses, and the linear weighted is hugging better than the simple. So it is the kind of arbitrator of the center there. Sorry. I played with it earlier, honestly, and it is a little more fucking, obvious. So this would be another course I would sell for a different price. This is going to cost more for this one. I'm sorry. The price just went up. I just deleted the link and I just scrubbed the fucking universe from the internet. I hired a guy. I got a guy in the background now. I hired this guy. I pay him $500 a month. He makes sure that all my sock puppets are all in line and they're all fucking stacked up, ready to fucking act. It is true that the moving average crossover system with the delta will make more money than ICT system, or it will, if properly loaded with big size, will make more money. But what ICT game is, what he's trying to repackage is what I'm talking about is the vacuum. I refer to as the vacuum, the abyss, the lonely wick, Custer's last stand, Tranny's last dick. What else could I say that's really inappropriate? But as long as we're in buy mode here, so this is a free giveaway. By the way, And the price just went to zero again. We only take delta entries in the direction of the trend. And if I made this 8-period moving average crossover, you'd probably say that's even better. Let's do that, right? Or make the linear weighted 13. Let's do that. So this is what typically happens when you're building a system. You'll notice this kind of tendency. It's okay. It's like when you keep EQing something till somebody fucking got you walk away. You go, dude, it sounds like fucking mush. Yes, I've destroyed it with effects. Thank you very much for asking, telling, explaining. We appreciate it. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sitting in the front rows. Thanks for being a dick. Could you please leave before I call the police? They like to call the police now and everything, so... Well, look, I'm making money on that fucking top tick Tommy shit. Selling into that. What can I tell you? I don't feel guilty no more. I felt bad because, I used to go... No, I was never a goober entry guy. I would never do the goober entries thing, so... Don't dare you accuse me of that. Fucking A. 13. This will be a more of a dynamic system. People can understand this, I think. Moving average crossover system. The simple is going to be the laggard. This is the clunky. When these are above, I'll just put it like this. This will make more money than ICT all day long on the 4-hour chart. As we back test it, the only thing is you're going to have to fucking scalp out. This will not be a this will not be a let your profits run system. No fucking way. That doesn't mean you can walk away, because if you buy this delta that's small here, okay, we haven't crossed over yet. Do not take this trade. Take this trade. Is your stop wide enough? Take this trade, and you're going to have to pick, what is this delta? As the account grows, that delta, you're going to be able to withstand more delta. You're going to have to adjust the account appropriate. Like, how much percentage of the account is this fucking delta? This is going to be the Delta Charter Membership Moving Average Crossover Trading System called. We know the fucking market makers are going to sell into this like a butt fucker. This is your butt. You're bent over, ass up, head down. It comes back to here. All the scalp bots, all the scalpers, all the I'm sure there's a robot that could place and see this high. People tell me this exists. Yeah, I guess you could, right? Anybody, this is another giveaway, free giveaway code idea. You have a system that comes in, it sees this, and it starts stacking up in anticipation. What is the expiration time on that? Now that is critical, because if the first time it sees a higher high, it sees a higher low, it starts stacking up sell limits here. Right, that's the criteria. Once you get a lower high, the last high has sell limits stacked. Expiration is the critical thing. Do they expire in 4 hours or 8 hours? If they expire in 1 hour, they don't get filled. So you're front running the market by saying the last high. Even the last high has sell limits stacked into it. See, it's either going to be 1 bar look back, or when this bar closes, just start putting sell limits in. See what I'm saying? Even though it's in an uptrend. Wait a second. I thought you said it's an uptrend. Oh, what the fuck? My head's exploding. Like, this is why people can't trade. Like, with these, they can't figure out why they're getting their ass kicked right now. Like, dude, they are back to where they fucking got in because they did not see top tick Tommy coming. These are the fuckers that wear the masks of the market. I'm in the market. Okay, every time I go to the gas station, I get coffee in the morning. Here's a pro tip. Don't wear gloves, because I'm not. I think, don't lick your fingers, because right after every time I go get a lid, I'm having to peel the other lid off and then leave a lid behind that I've touched. Do people realize what's really going on? Okay, so the trend traders are buying here. If you're a trend trader, you need to, the buy at the market robot that's down X amount of pips needs to step in front with the appropriate stop, the appropriate target, because we're heating up the volatility now. The scalpers have fucking raped you back to the fair value, back to the delta. And I'm coming in with buy limits now. If I'm not short, if I'm not long, I got sell limits above here still pending. I got buy limits to beat the fucking band and below here. Martingale's going to shit his pants. So that's my view. I'm going to go for hyperspeed now because I'm getting bored. I want to upload this very critical information to the internet as soon as possible, so all my affiliates and all my sock puppets can be updated in the latest renderings. Based on the latest lockdowns, this is on a need-to-know basis of what trades we will be doing. We'll be sending out trade alerts to step in front of the market, lay banks of insane fucking limits, sit back, relax, cross your arms and go, bring it, motherfucker. You have orders down here, and this is what you have to be, this person on this system. You may never get filled down here. And you can feel like a proud warrior because you put the fucking tickets in. So it's like a little Russian roulette, but this is what trading's about. It's about risking, about thinking you're more clever than the last goober fucking at. Yes, you want to be a seller above here. Yes, you want to buy at the close of this bar if it is down, because if you're a trend trader, you need to buy every fucking pullback while these moving averages are above the 21. Now we proceed to hyperspace speed. Keep those rules in mind as I try to yell out the fucking trades as the market clips along here. Okay, we bought that last one to the close. So the 4-hour bot, I'm going to call out the 4-hour bot trades on closing. When the delta's small, it's going to do a trade with a tighter stop. When you see a screaming bar, it's putting on a trade that has a wide stop, because if the market screams down 180 fucking pips, if you didn't write a robot for that, that's okay. Also, when you're writing the robots, the early robots are going to be little scalper bots, because the fact that the market may be down 180 pips and you miss this somehow, that's going to be a fucking news event. So news is coming out, and when the news gushes into vacuums, they can retrace, they can tip into a vacuum, they can spike, they can be very fast retrace. Once that price is, it'll just flick into the price. It's satisfied on some level. Other markets go into shock. There's a latency between markets. There's a wealth effect. There's people that have stops on various instruments. They've done the math. Okay, don't forget, I don't do the math too good. That's why I decided to go with a hard money stop that I can just look at the math and go, because I don't trade percentages. I can't get my brain around that shit, because that would be like, well, today we're going to risk, what? Like, this setup demands me to martingale my fucking face off. So if it keeps closing, like, so you're long this, don't forget you're long that trade. Now you sit tight. There's no trade now. You're waiting to scalp out of some of these buy. This is 13 crosses, the 21 moving average crossover system. I did like this system a lot. Actually, I did write a lot of systems and color bar based on a 13 crossing the 21, because I figured this is kind of a subtle shift in bias. And this is a bias system. You don't need to fucking sit there with a dumb motherfucker. ICT said, well, you give the weekly bias. Dude, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. I can tell you the trend trades, the goober fucking setups, these are classic setups, and you can still do your money market, shallow entry, spike wick, where you have your limits in here. You can still do that. You have these things trailing here, it's a sell limit pocket here, and the new sell limits, and now it's going to be heavy martingale up there. I'm going to super fast playback. This may not work. So, okay, let me, wait, stop. Oh my God. Sorry. Anyways, you see how we sold into that? Let me call it the trades now. There's 3 tradings. To me, there's only 2 trades. High delta, high volatility, which means delta's very large, too large to trade. Delta means triangles. Delta means flags, pennants. You fucking fill in the bank. Zigzag. Market's not moving. When the market's not moving, you have a decision you can make. You can either load both directions, or let the moving average pick your bias. I would say let the moving average pick your bias so you don't overtrade. it may not be the best trade, because if you stick to these rules implicitly, you could see the failure in being a blind lead, a blind follower of shit. Take the fucking mask off and realize that there are vacuums here. There are fucking things that you don't see. What is that famous fucking Shakespearean quote? There's things in your universe you can't imagine, ratio, right? There's shit you can't fucking imagine, dude. So the void's real. The abyss is real. Once you start saying shit like, well, I identify as a fucking pip, I think that's what I'm going to do, is identify as a Williams fractal, walk around with a fucking hat, shoes that are fucking carrots, and a carrot on my head. So, I watched Dr. Phil. Forgive me, I watched Dr. Phil, and he had a guy in there, this Jewish guy with a yarmulke, bless his heart, Yoive. Because they thought, well, nobody's going to fucking contest this Jew in a yarmulke telling me, hey, my kid's fucking got a goddamn dildo up his ass. He has to fucking talk about, do an essay question on dildoing. It's getting crazy at the school today. My kid, oh god, kid came home with a dildo up his ass. Rainbow fucking colored. Yep. Again? Jimmy Bob's got 5 Porsches, but his son came home with a dildo up his ass. Rainbow neon shit blinking. Fucking voice activated. When you moan, it fucking triggers it. Yeah, it's got an FFT filter built in too. What's that? If I have to explain it to you. So we're mega short here. I'm going to speed it up and burst now. So I'm going to do a little, if you're still with me. If you survive that fucking price action, I gotta zoom out. I'm trying to recover, dude. I felt like I was in that trade for a second. This moving average crossover system worked real good. Real good, son. I'm here to help the no-nonsense guys out of a fucking abyss of looking for the Holy Grail. They're all the Holy Grail, bitch. I'm trying to explain that. These are all the Holy Grail until they're fucking not. Right? Like, I love you until, like, dude, you and I, we love each other. Like, I just had a relationship breakup here, so. And we're on the same page, and I'm like, yes. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you say the most fucking moronic shit, and I'm like telling you, if you proceed to stick to the rules, like, so if I was trying to imagine I'm trying to build a robot with somebody, and they say, well, but we back tested it. You're supposed to back test blah blah blah. I go, yeah, but we cannot ignore the market makers, or the vacuum, so to speak, or the smart money trade. It's smart money until your wallet blows up, right? So yes, obviously martingale in like that, but you have to be called to arms to martingale like that. So it's rare that you have to break out the martingale, which would be going full nuclear, which would be the nuclear answer, which would be the scorched earth, which would be the fill in the blank, right? This only 20% of the time is that even happen. 80% of the time the market's poking along. Only 20% of the time is there a psycho event. So I would say the 1920 market crash, COVID crash on the chart, and maybe the 2008 crash, the 1987 crash. So we have 4 crashes behind us. We have one more meltdown. This is an obvious top tick Tommy moment. If you go to the yearly charts, now what you're seeing here is a giant wave, and I did say everybody said 3 years ago. They never deleted my videos, so I don't really know where that's at in there, but I guarantee you that when the market was screaming into the abyss, I was like, holy fuck me with a wet spoon, because I'm like, this is scary. It was when gold took out 1,000. If you decided to be a gold bearer, contrarian, so contrarians get their head beat against the wall on the filling of the abyss. That's known fact. The time they make money is, if this continually happens on multiple time frames, it only becomes the time frame they chose for that event. If you didn't sell into gold at 1,000 and ride it to 2,000 all the way back to 1,000 and sell martingale into 2,000 back to 1,000, which really did happen. Could you hold the whole price cycle for that fucking trade? You are the richest mother. You make a Bitcoin guy look like a fucking piker. If you diligently execute this 4-hour moving average crossover system, the 13 crosses at 21 simple moving average here, and you take only fucking small volatility entries, you sell here, you sell a lot here. Why do you sell more here? Because the delta is smaller. Why do you sell a lot more here? You didn't even get stopped out of this. If you took the sell side of this, you didn't have to, because you would have been stopped out of your other trade. Small delta. Delta's not small enough. Small delta. You're going short here. See, I'm back testing that. Is this always going to be the trade? Does this lonely wick matter? Yes. This one I said, if we ever hit this, I want to buy. So my scalp trade would have to be this to the floor. And I bought this plunge, and I had to scalp something here, and I just bought this plunge, and I'm buying below here now. Like, I'm going to add to the account. If I'm down below my minimums, I'm going to add to the account here. So I'm a very aggressive trader. I never said it. So I know the trend traders are selling here on no fucking way to me. On no fucking way. I know it's making money. So this is the big controversy. This is why I don't agree with the trend trading system necessarily all the time. Yes, I get it, but I would, if I would have sold this, I would have scalped and held in and added here, maybe added to a winner. This would be an add to the winner. But when it hits this, dude, my other robots are triggered to say, you just dropped 4 hours, how many fucking pips? So my market bot just went long. This is not dropped enough for that. This maybe just made the threshold for a unique bot that comes in with a unique stop. He is still long. This guy is still long. But this guy could have got stopped out, because if it's set to the stop of this, if the stop is double that move, that bot's out. But there's multiple, but this bot's going to execute at least 5 tickets that are unique. So the scaling of that, so these are going to be nodes now. This is going to be a robot that got in. And to do this properly, you're going to have to name each robot. So when you look at your execution run for the day, the log, it's going to call out this robot was triggered. Now this is very meticulous. Virtual prop house trading with EAs. And this is the system. Now, you're going to do this naturally if you're a human being. But at some point, when you become disabled, by no fault of your own, or by just getting so fucking old that you can't do this task or that task, you can't pick that up, it's too much for that. And when you're doing projects that are very small and tedious, which I like to do with my hands because it's just like therapy instead of punching a wall, and all I can do is move a mouse, or people that are disabled and blind, you know, you could have this thing call out. I'm sure you could have an EA that's going to call out an indicator that calls out small delta, hit the button, right? You just need somebody to nail the... And here's coming back to the river. Maybe you have a rule, another robot that says, you know what, I'll put one more criteria. This is the idea that you're going to have confirmation. Moving average confirmation ideas. Right, not saying it doesn't work. We're waiting for... look, at these are all good trades. No crossover, because the sluggishness is a simple moving average up here. And we have coming back to the river. Put on a bigger trade, you know. The closer, like this is far away, and we came back to that price, so maybe we come back good delta at the river. This is gonna be the next kind of filter you can optimize. Good thing we didn't take this sell. Aren't you happy we didn't take that sell now? So it's no panacea, even though this robot, we could crash down here, but now I got the buy limits. I said I'm long here. Don't forget I'm long. I'm against the trend traders now. I can see what they're doing. I'm not fucking stupid. I always tell my parents that. They would hit me in the face and I'd say, I'm not stupid. What I have is damage to my face now. Thank you very much. No, I never was beat physically. I was just psychologically tortured. That's why I do the YouTube stream, by the way. Just behind the scenes look at dementia. Pre-dementia, I'm getting ready for it, so I thought, well, I'll just get senile right up front. I'll be a fucking grumpy old kid instead of a grumpy old man. Look at this beautiful entry where the delta is small. Moving average says, I don't know why people don't trade moving average crossover system. I mean, these are clunky, but holy fuck, right? And if your deltas were a little bit too, like if you have a more risky delta, you're going to take this trade. That's the only, it's about scaling and scanning and looking. So you're running multiple layers of vectors of this shit, and this is what it really takes to do it. And if you are comfortable slinging X size here, then when we come back to here, you kind of got to get out. You really have to say, we should get out here. If we got it really big there, because you know what, I'm going to reload the buy limits all over again. So it's about how close to the market am I. Let me speed it up. I'm going to do a burst move here. Okay, so let's try to figure out what's going to happen this week. So from a high and low, buy low, sell high standpoint, I'm saying we're going to, I got to draw on the chart this time. I'm going to put them right up here as rectangles so they're hardwired in. That I'm going to cash out everything I own on the plunge to here. I'm going to put buy limits in. I'm not in the market yet. Imagine I'm not. I'm always going to imagine. I could say I'm in here because I know I probably would be, because I'd be underwater or I'd be holding on to. Because I know I heavily got in below here. And see, this is different than this bank because this would be the first kind of high risk entry with wide stops. And maybe I lost those tickets, by the way. I'm just saying I know how my systems run, and they're going to get kicked out because I'm going to stand in front of the market. This is what I'm going to do. I guess I'm an aggressive trader. Sorry. I'm an aggressive person apparently too, based on stuff. So here, we bought this heavily, but we scalped out of some of that. See, we had to. Now I feel like I want to reload the buy limit again. So I've seen these drip down situations, and it really depends how much I'm in. And I always want to trail shallow buy limits. I feel like that's the most aggressive non-market entry like you can get in the world. You always have these trailing buy limits, right? Even right now, if I think that the long-term targets for this market is going to be, what was this? I gotta get rid of this thing here. So that's taking up too much space. I apologize. Don't forget to submit to my charter memberships. Don't forget to hate and unlike. People fucking... Dude, if I liked it, I'd like it. When you gotta beg me to click and like, I'm like, the fuck happened to you? What kind of scummy fucking... Like, oh my god. Today we're giving away free samples of bad trades. Really? Can I sign up? Honey, look what they got over here. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta ask my wife if this is gonna be okay. I asked my wife about all my fucking trades and shit, and she said that based on my losing streak, that she said I have to go on a trading diet. And I said, what the fuck is that? Don't you know who I am? I'm like that fucking Anton Andre or whatever his fucking name is. Anton Slewell. Okay, I'm speeding. It looks like I'm going to retrace here, so I'm holding on to my longs. Okay, I'm cashing out. Cashing out. Almost totally cashed out. So totally cashed out, right? But wait a second. For the aggressive slope trader that likes to trade the 13 pip slope bot, I see a trade for him. Yes, that's right, people. The slope changed. I wrote a bot for that. He didn't buy enough, and here is the problem again. Oh, I like that system you've got. I see the trades. Buy here, buy here, buy here. Sell, sell. I gotcha. Missed that sell. Should have made that a 10 pip moving average. And if I do that, then I'm just... Okay, I could do that, right? That's going to be a rule, but that's another robot. Right, the 8 pip. So you need an 8 pip moving average bot? In fact, god damn it. I should do that. I should take and make 10 iterations of the moving average crossover system that came free with MetaTrader, unleash them, make it so they're forced to only trade so the volatility would be the crossover, but we're talking about 1 period crossovers over a 3, over a 5, over an 8. Limit their trading. So the session that you know is going to be volatile naturally, limit their trading. I'll bet you could do pretty fucking good. I bet you could take 3 free robots, run them simultaneously, different magic numbers, different settings in real time. You're also going to babysit them, so when they're making money and you see they're in a dumb shit trade, that they got caught in a goober fucking trade. Sorry for the profanity, but like, so I'm angry all day long. You probably could do pretty good because you're actually having a trading assistant at that point that's kind of fucking up a couple trades for you. You're not the perfect trader either. Don't forget, if you're a manual trader, you're not the perfect trader. If you're a robot, you're definitely not the perfect trader. You're just an analyst. You're a filterist. You're filtering data to give yourself an envelope of entry that, if your robot's sophisticated enough to adjust to the market dynamics and the volatility on the fly, it's going to spit out a different algorithm to accommodate the new high drama moment. And maybe it is going to include, in sophisticated robots, are going to include past deviation contours and put that into the math. I'm sure that's what's going to happen, right? So in a very, and of course the neural nets are going to try to examine news trigger word headlines, but the problem with that is they're never going to know the latest fucking buzzword. The next keyword hasn't been discovered yet. So when you're on the envelope of that, right? If you're the guy that can pick the next trend, so to speak, but we can see the exhaustion of a trend. We can see the hyperbolic moves. You can put on your parabolic indicators and see. That's another thing. You're going to have a parabolic. If you look for a parabolic robot, is it going to trade the breakout of the low volatility when the stars come together, or is it going to only trade when the price hits the giant curve of stars, which is the return to the mean on a slope? So all of these considerations, but we are long now on this one criteria. But I'm long because I perceive this to be the better trade, that we stay long here, and I'm going to front run hand placed with limits or double clicks. I don't have a robot yet for that, but I'm experimenting with this idea. I don't have a robot, but this would be the thing with slave labor is you want to relegate this kind of mundane trading to like the robot, maybe, like you're from Canada, but or you're going to put, like I said, it's kind of fun to put the buy limits down here, and the robot's going to put buy limits here, but maybe he puts more here because we're about to cross over. Now, if you're going to trade the histogram of this, which I could easily, and I'll do it for all the goobers. Hey, this is going to be Goobernomics today. Let me put the MACD in and choose a exponential crossover of 1221. It won't be exact. I could pick something that we could pick the histogram for early entry. We could find divergence in the histogram. This is what you do if you're going to be a MACD trader, by the way. We're gonna go to add indicator, and this is what you do. This is how it goes. All right, how about this? Insert, and this is always exciting to insert shit. Johnny came home with a what? Oh God, no. What school is he in? Oh, Jesus, honey, Mildred. No, I'm soaking in it. No, oh God. Well, he's kind of cute like that. Okay, they found a family horn on his kid. They turned him into a fucking... They did? Yes. Yes, they did. I'm sorry to tell you, but your son has now been accused of... Where's MACD, goddammit? Oh, man. It's been a while. moving average of an oscillator. Is this it? No? Okay, I don't know. This is like, here's the divergence. See, here's the divergence right there. So we got to zoom out to see it. Oh boy. Please hold. Your call is very important to us. Okay, let me zoom out one level. It's a little hard. It's a little chunky like that. Okay, so we're looking for that divergence. So this is when I used to trade this a lot, actually. The reason why I gave it up is because I didn't have patience to wait for the setup. So this lower, the gap is smaller here. So this is not as big as a push. We're falling off, and here's the divergence here. As you pound down, I would eagerly get into this at the market actually right here. So this is my entry criteria, and I still like to trade. But you have to wait for this hump to happen. Let's see. Let me change the numbers on that one. I need a different number set to make it more dynamic. I want to see more trades. So what I did was I made it a 3 period because I got so excited about this trade. I love this divergence idea. So I tightened up the indicators and I said, well, let's make these things tight because it can really display the higher resolution view of volatility here. We'll get that better view of the... Okay, so we're going to go with a... Fast is going to be 3. We're going to get right on this fucker. This is MACD, by the way. So I guess I found it. Thank you. Thank you for asking. We'll make them Fibonacci numbers. So 13. And the signal line is going to be 3. We're going to be 3. We're going to be right on these fucking trades. So this is going to be fucking hyperactive. This is going to be hyperactive. We smoothed out the current price to 3, closing only. We could make this thing on lows. Now that's another sophistication point. I think if you were to trade these systems, you want to build one based on the high, on the low, and the close. So 3 MACD bots running. You'd need 3 MACD bots running. Did I say that? Yes. So I could make a moving average crossover robot for free, but if you made a team of 20 of these, I guarantee you it would make money. I guarantee you, because you set different fucking criteria for each bot based on what you know about the market and the time frames they're doing. And at the end of the day, if you name each robot by the time frame it is, when you look at the stats and you interpret it later to do forensics on it. Okay, so look, now this is very hyper. The divergences here are very clean. They're very sharp. I showed this to the guy, what's his name, from Britain. I don't think he trades anymore, but he's Cleve Sys, the guy who programmed some of this shit I'm doing here. He programmed the scripts I'm dropping, so he was excited about it. But you can't take every trade in here because you still get the divergence here. It's like really long-winded. It's way out there. But you get these nice kind of like, well, here's a divergence that's failing, so to speak, but here is the reversal trade. When we are above, see, this is more overbought at a lower price. You're taking the trend trade on reversal. There's your confirmation. When you're more oversold at a higher price, and here you got a nice clean 2 period, and you can count the periods easy now. 2 period divergence. Bounce house comes up here. I'm not going to put any criteria on this. The robot might. Oh, he's going to go long if it crosses 0. I don't know what the criteria is, robot, but you just see what he's doing. And you have to have different layers, right? You have to accommodate different speeds of market. Because this is a momentum indicator in the end, because you're using moving average as your momentum. Slight divergence there. You could say, I only buy from below the 0. For me, that would be the criteria. I only sell above 0. Sell. I only buy below 0. This is a fail, right? But let's not get into that. Let's just fast forward. I just want to zoom out one level here, because then we can see a few more trades we missed. It's always a heartbreaker when you look at that. Once again, more oversold, higher price. Gets more oversold, higher price. You're in a downtrend. According to the movie, like, this is your best trade you're ever going to see. Here's another amazing reversal. You're like this 7 period reversal into the trend. This is a good sell. Although, obviously, the people buying this new low are licking their chops because they can't wait to fucking see this engulf the whole fucking... Right? Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out here. I mean, let's speed up the bot. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to burst mode it. I'm going to first lay my track. My trades are going to be, I think, below here and above that. Let's see what kind of punishment. 4-hour chart. Okay, we're getting filled on sells. We just sold into that. And we just scalped out of it. I'm going to go for the zoomed in picture because I only care about... Dude, I'm living in a 4-hour window. That's what 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour windows of trading. I don't have any trades that wouldn't be like... we already scalped out of that one. We're going to sell again. Okay, we sold top tick Tommy up here. It is a lot of work, I must say. We got to keep putting the sell limits up there because look at this. Now, if I am going to run the buy side, if I didn't take that, I would have buy limits in this little mini pocket. Here, let me take this indicator off because I don't use it. I just went down that rabbit hole of the past, what I used to do, but that's all right. Like it's kind of slicing too many filters, too many. You can't tell what's going on. Can't see the forest for the trees, After a while, the crocodiles come after you. Don't move. If you're losing money, stop moving. Stop trading. Okay, we bought the beautiful plunge. The moving average says we're in a bias mode here. We're making more money than ICT all day long. We crossed over. We're only in buy mode. Here's a delta trade that failed in a sense because we're going to get crushed. But if our buy at the market bots are engaged, they just went long, and I bought just because it pulled back. Now we fast forward in time. Take us up to current... Let's just fucking get there. Okay, back it down, Jack. Now, what the fuck just happened? So we were in long mode. We went long here, don't forget, right? We bought into the slope. Bots came in on this one. The big kahunas. So this is the ultimate river. This is where just before it repped. This is the ultimate river. Trade back to mean value, back to the starting gate. The scalpers have had their fun. If they have not got out of this trade, they're going to have a problem because although their next trade, I can already see it. If they pulled off all those tickets, they are the winner. If they top tick Tommy again, they are the winner. See, that trade is gone. It's here and gone. It's a wick trade. More delta entries for the triggering, and I'm going to say this is a delta entry. The ultimate. Now, here's the theory behind having 100 robots. Is 20 robots clung onto this for various reasons. And if the criteria happen to be, and these are all micro niche layer criteria into stratifications, like I'm talking 100 robots at this point. This is the ultimate virtual prop house. So you get in here. You're getting in here. Maybe 22 robots are coming in here with unique stops. Some are going to scalp out by here. This is a 4-hour chart. This is a lot of pips. I'm pretty certain. And maybe that's over. Those robots have cashed out. There is your swing trade. Originally, you're still holding maybe on another account somewhere. Because of this, you don't give a fuck. You perceive that you're going to take this out, which you do. You come back. You don't take that trade off. You perceive it's going to, and this is the 4-hour chart, so we're going to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and say, okay, listen, you can't back test for this shit. These are structural moves. I think these are big, giant, sweeping moves. If you can't see it coming, then you're fucking an idiot. Okay, there, I said it. If you can't see the fucking abyss getting filled, it's about to be destroyed. And that's why I got all pissed off at that fucking Pike over there. I'm sure he's a nice guy over there at Trader's Way. because he's got indicators to fucking beat the band. Your head fucking explodes. I got so pissed off. He triggered me so bad. I almost called the fucking indicator police. I was going to call MT4 headquarters and go, do you know what this fucker's doing with your goddamn indicators? I think he was on TradingView. So I guess TradingView has a policy that you're allowed to load as many indicators as you want into their platforms and abuse the fucking public, or they're posting social credit score chart. You know what I'm saying. Do I have to explain this shit? So we went long here in the Delta. If we have wide stops, we're a fucking genius because we're in an uptrend. We're long again. And the goober's the true confirmationists. The guys are waiting for the last fucker to not die from anything. But they just cured cancer. Then Biden said he was going to cure cancer. Why isn't Biden taking the bow for curing cancer? What the fuck is happening? What in the fuck is going on out there, people? Step away from the fucking shit. Trend trade this bitch. I just feel nervous about going along here, but the robot's going to do this trade for me. Another thing, take the emotion out of the trading. Let the robot trade the trade for you. Look, came back to the river. Damn, that fucking 13 period piercing robot was on that one. So there's another thing with, you can have very unique robots. You don't have to have a stack of bots in here. You can have multiple shitty or multiple kind of get her done. When they trade well. They don't always win. This is multi-layering. So I don't understand why this guy, Ryan Brown, doesn't do a portfolio of bots. Why does he think he's going to take one bot and go, look at this bot I made? Are you fucking a retard? Okay, people that are good looking, I said this before about Ryan Brown, people that look good, that's why I'm glad I'm kind of ugly, because I might be smarter than the next guy. Ugly people are winning. Well, maybe not always when they become a serial killer, but there's really good looking serial killers too. So I don't know, maybe we should be careful about everything, but I'm just saying, we went long here by all means of gooberness. I'm just thinking out loud, man. None of the material that's been recorded here is of any validity to anybody. It's not for sale. You can reproduce it all day long. Feel free to copy, paste, spindle, and mutilate. We don't care. We don't care anymore. We've stepped off of the deep end. If you don't care, you're winning. Be like water. Let it roll off your back. You don't need to win every battle. You don't need to take every trade. Oh, this is out to the ICT. People like that spiritual kind of embellishment of everything I say needs to be very well. I don't want to upset anybody. If you have a biased pronoun that you'd like to be described by, bull or bear, I'd like to see your nuts if you're a bull, and I'd like to see if you're a bear. I'd like to see your I guess their rear end. What are the bears? Are they the receiver? How does that work again? The bears. Right, the bears. The bears? You mean the diamond country? No, I mean, not the diamonds. Not the bears. Oh, the bears. Let's speed it up. Forget the tranquility. I want to see price action. Give me price action, baby. There you go. So top tick Tommy Wick. The scalpers have banked their top tick Tommy. Dumb shits. Sold supply. This was a scary abyss. I'm not going to say it wasn't when white knuckled out a little bit. Trend bots have been triggered. We're back to the river. Coming in hot. Speed it up, Jack. What do you got? What's that game show? What do you got? Show me the numbers. Who's the guy that was doing the oh fuck, what is that? Family Feud. Show me. How many bulls want to take it up the ass? Oh, the Bears have it. The Bulls took it up the ass. When are people going to have some fun trading? God damn, all these stiff motherfuckers with their fucking bow tie. When I see some douchebag with a bow tie, I'm Warren Buffett. Dude, I just lost my whole portfolio in the goddamn stock market. My family's on the street under a bridge with a fucking pip cup. Please just deposit Bitcoin in my account so I can rebuild my trading account. Please, somebody. I took a moving average trading course. I went long here at the Delta. Tell me your sob story, son. Well, everything was going really good. You could see my winning trades. I back-tested these explicitly. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? We went long. We added to the winner. I'm listening. Tell me again. Well, we got another single. This is a signal-based system. This is a robot I built. I'm listening, son. Keep going. Well, it was going so well. So what I did was, it's almost as worse than Martingale. What I did, it really is worse than, what I did was worse than Martingale. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. I'm just going to be very honest with my audience here. Like I'm in the confessional. Steve, that's what my morning show guy does. Like I'm in the confessional. Guy out of Boston. The Dozer of Boston. Can't remember his fucking name. So, it'll come to me. I'm not good with names. What's your name? Fucknut. We were pulling back here, son. And so I went long here. I loaded up really big as I could. And it got out of control. I felt like, I kept telling my buddy, I said, you know, sometimes things are too good to be true. And I think this is one of those situations. Jeff Crooner's his name. It's weird when you listen to somebody every morning and you just fucking don't think about it. What's your name again? Dude, we got married. Dude, that transgender marriage you were in? You don't remember the guy's name? I don't know. I've been divorced 25 times. 25 times I've been married to a rapist. He gave good rape, though, I must tell you. Well, he was kind of like it's kind of like this online trading course I took. It's a $2,000 package. Included was a moving average crossover system. Included was you have to monitor the candle patterns that you see. So when you see a small volatility situation, when you're in bias mode to buy here all along, you buy here, you buy here, you buy here, you buy here. You with me so far? And it's worse than Martingale. You're going to pyramid into this. So you're going to buy a 1 contract, 2 contract. I'm with you so far. Yes, we made so much money. We were up so good on this trade. Did you trail your stop? Stop. No, what I did was I had my original stop where I got in here. As soon as we went long, this is my first trade I put on, and you can see a long time. Well, here's the last trade was sell here, sell here. This sell didn't work out too good. I don't want to talk about that too much. I know we were in a downtrend. I did sell that. So everybody that wants to know what happened during this trade, well, to be honest with you, I prefer to cherry pick this side of the chart. If you don't mind, actually, this one actually loaded the fucking wagon because once again, I pyramided in 3 contracts, 4 contracts. We got very hog short. I got hog short. And I didn't want to do this trade because everybody was telling me that I should sell here again because there's a small delta. We're back to the river, and I told the guys in the thing, I said, I'm kind of nervous about what's going on with this trading account. And I know we made a lot of money here, but the guys in the chat group are saying, can't you see the fucking small delta? You got to sell. They haven't crossed over yet. Follow your rules, you fucking loser. So, you're not following your rules again. Oh, man. Can we get an employee here that'll follow the rules and not yell stuff out like, I think you're wearing 3 masks and you got a fucking 5 condoms on. You got a rainbow butt plug on your kid's ass. You've got, what else kind of things have happened lately in your life? Tell me about your psycho babe that threw a fucking Was it a half gallon or a full gallon of... It was high-end vodka. Okay, high-end vodka hit your finger and chipped off your finger. Okay, I'm listening. And I feel like Johnny. You know what? I'm going to stick in that trade, so I'm Johnny. Johnny Forex. Okay, you threw the market crushed down into my limit bank. You stopped me out. I'm with you so far. Yeah, you took out the tip of my finger. Can you prove that you weren't trying to blow up the account? No, I cannot prove I wasn't trying to blow up the account. I just did. Or lose money. Fill in the blank. It's just that I bought this fucking trading course online, and god damn it, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm still in buy mode here. So I had to put on another buy order. Oh god. Right here, we're still haven't crossed over. They're sloping down, so I'm on alert. They're sloping down, I'm on alert. I'm waiting for my indicators to catch up. We're gonna make it through this, dude. If the video crashes, I ran out of hard disk, so I'm gonna assume I'm making up for lost rants. Like I said, I just had to break up with somebody. If you know what that's like, so this will be my 6th breakup. I think I burned the bridge. I'm not a bridge burner, but I burned the bridge on this one because I had to. No, so we had to be around untoxic people in some regard. I'm sure you know what this is like. So the devil, well, it wasn't a rewarding relationship on some level. So when we go below, I took the trade off the table. So I didn't get stopped out. Well, I forced them to stop me out. I gave them an ultimatum, and I let them stop me out. So when you're in a trade, it's a relationship to me. So as the market's dropping, do I move my stop? Like Johnny Depp moved his stop. Okay, I'm down a fingertip. Somebody posted, I know I haven't been a very diligent guy on the Discord, but like I said, I just had a project that I was trying to maintain with somebody, and since they've, I don't want to say they're mentally ill, but is lying a mental illness? If you lie about stuff, if you lie about reality, does that bother you? And they took the vaccine, which I thought, who are you? Wow, what a pussy. So I'm really anti-pussy. I mean, guys, if a guy's a pussy, I'm anti-pussy. Let's just make that, put that filter on the moving average. Moving average of fucking gay people. I'm sorry, transgender. I'm sorry, dysphoria. I'm actually biased dysphoric. Self-diagnosis is very. There's a book for trader self-diagnosis. And can I talk like Joe Biden and make a bunch of money, or just fall off into another topic? Moving average crossover systems are very. Become a member of the inner circle. And if you become a member of our, then you'll have access to our inner funding programs, where we go against the I figure the patriots are the contrarians. Okay, what I call this is contrarian superiority complex. That, oh, I'm just going to go against the mob on this one. Oh, are you? Are you a rebel? Do you want to be a contrarian trader? Sign up for our 3-week contrarian trading course. Do you have a wallet that's deeper than God? And I'm not joking. And this is no joke. And wait till you get to our whisper promotion, where we talk very quietly. We convince you. Oh. Don't forget to sign up for my hypnotic trend trading course, where I convince you really are a trend trader. You really can't stick with the program. Don't let the market makers and contrarians scare you off and stop you out of your magical algorithm that you've tweaked and back tested to the last fucking nugget of a half pip. Don't let anybody tell you you can't be a trend trader, because it's just not true. When you first became a flat earther, did you think that anybody was going to accept that? How much blowback, how much kickback did you get from that kind of fucking decision in your life when you decided to become a flat earther? At what point? Did you have a gushing feeling of rebelness come over you and go, I'm a fucking sophisticated fucknut inhabitant of planet. I'm an earthling that's got the sophistication to be so inquisitive to check my premise every morning. And actually, in case the earth does go round on me while I'm sleeping, every morning I get out my scopes and I check it just to make sure it's flat. How do I know it's flat? Because I don't move my fucking head like a bird don't move his fucking head. He stares out at the landscape and he goes, as far as I can tell, as long as I don't move, I'll never get a 3D image going. And my depth of field and my perspective on distance will probably never engage, so for all intents and purposes, every morning, what I did was I put a bracket. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you, like I'm in the confessional. I'm wearing a helmet that doesn't allow me to get closer than X to the window, and the helmet has digitally engaged blinders that only open up if I'm within zero. I had to be touching. It's a magnetic engagement. If I touch my bars on my window, the window opens, but I have to be wearing the helmet. See, I can't look out the window unless I wear the helmet, which engages the magnets, and I can look out the window. Because the helmet it locks on the back of my head. Okay, listen. Like I'm in the confessional, I'm doing this, okay? Yours flat, dude. Face it, embrace it, and erase it. I'm buying into this plunge. What do you think, guys? Is this a winning trade? And you make the call. Let's speed it up, guys. Burst mode. Okay, Jimmy bought his Porsche back, and then some. And even that contrarian down the street made money on that one. How's that, boss? Well, you see this shelf? You see that lonely? You see this carve out? All the riches. All the smart money's down here buying, son. The Delta bots clung onto that one. And to some degree, that is responsible for these moves. Because the amount of triggers for this, if you picked if you made this even slower than 21, the criteria for this would still be to buy. See how that works? The problem is, are you really going to load the wagon after you're underwater on this entry? Still, now you're just about break even on that one. Why? If you don't take money off the table here, you're gonna get punched, a kidney punch here. So let's go back to speed now. I'll do a burst move. Okay. What happened? You had to take profits. Why? Because you came back to Baby Bar. And once we took the supply zone out, whatever it could get, whatever it was satisfied with, look how many pips that was in 4 hours. So that's my trade. Also, this is my trade too, so I know this is going to be high drama. I want to buy the plunge to here. I'm prepared to buy below here like you cannot believe. That's going to be it, right? That's going to be mind-blowing shit down there. Let's fast forward. I get some back testing here. Right? The trend says, well, you know what? We got to change. But trust me, it's going to be, sometimes it's going to be the contrarian trade that makes money. Makes more money because if you follow too many strict rules on one thing, it's too fragile. You're a fragile trader. You don't have a robust system. It can't withstand all the chaos. Okay, so selling this because it's up big. So my up big bots would make money there. The delta's small, but the robot says sell. I don't like it. Here's where I get in trouble. We're in sell mode, but something tells me that there's a bigger moving average, or there's a big interest in a lot of sellers up here, a lot of scalpers like I'm going to be. If I'm not in already, that's going to be my trade now. I have to make money every week trading, dude. So, you gotta keep in the price of gas. I don't go, like I said, I don't have to leave the house, but now I feel like I gotta make more money trading. So I'm practicing selling here. This is not for here. This video is only for my. This is a video set on private. I hope I'm the only one to watch. I watch my videos. I play them back and I go, "You dumb shit. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to tell people?" But on the slow bot got in here. So there's another conflict of interest. The slow bot's buying because look at this is the criteria. Remember, come back into the perfect setup. Low delta, the delta bot. So let's not forget that if you're running hedge systems here, they made money regardless of the fucking trend, okay? Stop it with the fucking, it has to be like this. There's no holy grail. There's multiple grails. You're selling up here, that's the fucking, this is this grail, right? There's a fucking grail up your ass. My son came home. Funny you say that. My son came home from a learning course of bias dysphoria, and he has now got, well, I can't even talk about it. I'm under law. I've got a restraining order and a no trespassing order on to not talk about it. We're going to sell like a motherfucker up there. On your mark, get set, let's sell. Hit me. Family Feud. And the survey says, oh, great scalper. And a trend buy. So scalp back into the trend buy. Haven't crossed over yet, but ooh, the sellers got creamed. That's why I felt a little nervous about that one on the sell side. Okay, the sellers won. You finally made it, dude. Now here's proof in the pudding. Only take delta sells. Okay, I took that one. They stopped me out. Took that one. I took that one. I took this one. Fucking winning on that. Look at that. A little confusion here. A little gender dysphoria. A little bias dysphoria here. Boy, are you boy or girl? I've talked about this before in videos. I am non-binary. I'm a fucking breakout trader. I'm a hedge trader. Are you one of those evil hedge funds? Yeah, I hedge my bets. I had a vagina mounted on my left thigh. So if you want to take an alternate path, if you're with me, by yourself alone with me, it'd be fucking crime of the century. Of course, you probably like already have your fucking 911 on redial, because if you looked at my fucking background check, you're gonna find out. Well, this guy's fucking crazy. Dude, you fucking tortured me, okay? You insulted me and my family. Okay, so I'm buying into this plunge, by the way. If you're still short from here, you stuck with the program. I can't see if that crossed over. I guess you're still in sell mode. Having a bias works. I only go out with non-binary people. If you've had if you are speaking in a monotone, you've had all your genitalia removed, that's the kind of person I'm looking for. If you're out there listening to me right now, I know I do instructional trading videos, but on the side, I'm actually I biased dysphoria. I won an ICT's channel. I became a inner circle expert on where to find the order blocks because, you know, when it comes down to it, I think that's what these are. The order blocks, right? Came back to the order blocks, see? So order blocks just a doji? Oh, wow. Thought this was going to be an interesting course. You mean the order block's just a doji? It's the trade gap infiltration mode. I can't resist teasing ICT because this is the most hilarious fucking word salad of bullshit I've ever read in my life. Even a fucking palm reader. Did you see, anybody see the movie called What is a Woman? With this chick that's like, well, no, it's not chemical castration. It's called nut be gone. Nut be gone? Yeah, you spray it on your nuts. Your nuts shrivel up. But it's reversible. How's that? Stop spraying nut be gone. Okay. But the nuts make testosterone. Yeah, well, so what? We just hit the pause switch on that because Johnny didn't know if he wanted to go long or short. His ass was bleeding when he came home with that dildo in his ass. We don't know what to make of him now. Our son, the transgenderist. He's going to open a hedge fund because he says it's a lifestyle, not knowing which way the fuck shit's going to go. He said, our son's got a high IQ, but he has market dysphoria. He doesn't know if that's fundamental news is tradable or not. How's that working out for him? Whoa, well. He walks sideways and shit. Sometimes he walks backwards to his car. But as long as he doesn't get a hold of an AR-14, then I think we're going to be okay. He had an AR-11. I told him, son, you know where you're going on this, right? Because last month you had an AR-9. I don't need a pie chart to see what's going on, my kid. I don't need a moving average on your gun purchases, son, to see that you're going down a very patriotic road here. I don't think we're going to appreciate that. It's going to be 93 degrees here in about 3 days. I have double loaded my fucking battery packs, my generators, my air conditioning units. I'm going to stand up and let the force be with me, son. It's called electricity. And you dumb fucks, if I have any power interruptions, I'm going to belly laugh like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy with my hands on my belly. And it's going to be fucking beautiful. Because you dumb fuckers. It is like watching somebody step into a fucking news event. You're going to trade the jobs report. You're going to trade NFP with $1 million position with $10 in your account because your leverage is $1 million. Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, I'm short. I'm out for the scalp. Let's fast forward. Fast forward, please. We're out. We're actually long, I think, a little bit on stuff because of that plunge. And the plunge bots are going to get all over that. Okay, we're long on limits. We're long on limits, and we're long at the market. If you went short here, your robot's going to claim heroic fucking if your targets were set. And this is the other problem. Your targets had to be set. I'm buying into the plunge. I said I'd buy below here. Set it, forgets, or ends. Triggered. Buy. Cashed out. So, see, buy, cashed out. Now, the time frame on this, and this is where I have to adjust myself to market conditions psychologically because I know I went hog long here. I know I went martingale long. Even my hedge bots. The hedge bots are on this, right? You went short here. You were in sell mode criteria. I got you. You fucking kicked my ass on that trend trade. I got you. I bought here. This trade's above water. If I could sustain that, Every hour it's down, so I buy big. This came back to almost break even. I'm in big. I don't know if it's going to do this. I'm in kind of big and I'm slightly big. Now I'm in big with tight stops. They never got tripped. You have to be a dynamic trader. You have to trade your you have to have a trade plan for this. You need a trade plan for this. You really do. These things happen where the market's dead in the water. You're underneath fair value. You're in the abyss. It's scary. People are like, is it going to keep fucking tanking? Don't forget, if it takes this out, holy fuck me. And you're going to get stopped out of some of these things, but you have to stay the course. Structurally speaking, it should come back to this, but it outdoes that. It comes to here. Into your trend trade, by the way. The trend traders are cashing out. You need to get the fuck out. You need to get the fuck out. The trend traders are going to get in there. They're only a few hours away from my trade. I'm not saying the trend traders aren't making money. But when they're sitting in their hands and we're crushing into the fucking abyss, I want the abyss trade. I'll take the trend trade too, because I'm getting out here. I could go short there, but the reason I'm short on that, I'm short off of this, I'm short off of that. Because when I look back, and you could play a fucking look back so many bars. Don't look back more than 10 bars. I would say the rules, don't look back more than 10 bars. But that's not right, because if you go way back to this bar, I'm going to look at this bar, and some people say that to me. That's why I could never teach anybody. I'm never going to say, well, because every trade system is so unique and so fucking dialed in. You have to multi-layer stratifications of different trade plans. There's no way the fucking you're going to survive this shit. No fucking way. Unless you're going to do, unless you all your algos are, like I said, this is a 4-hour chart trading. If you're going to sit there on the 5-minute chart when the news opens and you know what's going to happen and you got your hand on the keyboard, and, okay, you're going to scalp the drama of just this only? Yes. If you wait for the delta trades and you only trade bursts out of delta, low volatility breakouts, you don't sit around for this trade. This isn't even on your horizon. You can make a living trading just this. We break out either way. Like, no, you cashed out this, the explosion. It's the explosion you're trading. You can make a... There is no one way to trade. You can build a whole system around that. And on average, your breakout bots are making 70% right, and you know what to expect out of a fucking stupid ass breakout system. You press a button, it's going to either put a market hedge on or a buy and sell stop, or it could put limits in too. But it's a drop on criteria based system. Especially when the delta gets small. The abyss should fill hard. So if we miss this entry here, this would be another sell signal has come through on us too. We should be getting filled on the sell side. The moving edge is across. It's still in a downtrend, but I'm suspicious of this because this is such a hard down move that I'm getting long on limits here, and I'm going to stand in front of it and wait for that setup. Or I'm buying at the market now. There's no way I'm waiting for it to come back to here to sell in a small breakout situation. I'm not going to wait. So I know it's not a fear of missing out. Well, I want to make X amount of dollars per day trading, or per week. So depending on what happens here. And there's weeks when I'm going to lose money. There's weeks when I'm going to make it more than I lose, so that we have to make a ton of money when it's ripe. And then if we really want to crank it, if we're there, we're in the position, we know, I can see what's going to happen. I'm already long. I'm willing to get longer, and I'm willing to have my finger on the trigger to, should we pull back and people shit their pants? So in the big picture, I see X. If people shit their pants, I might be able to buy more. So let me speed this up. I went to like 0 speed, so let me speed this up because it's creeper gear now. It's ridiculous. Let me just... It's another screen to get to, but... Okay, so... Let's... don't forget I'm long, and the trend traders are short. Okay, they're killing it. Okay, so they killed it here. I'm long here. Okay, I went long here. They went short here. Right, criteria is met. I mean, this is low risk entry. The hedge guys little burst here, but they made most of their money if they held the break out of this low volatility. And you could say, well, we're going to be more aggressive. We're going to put one more filter and look back 2 bars. As soon as you put a 2 bar, I'm looking for 2 dojis, 3 dojis. Okay, this is doji central. Here's where the trend bot gets destroyed because he blindly takes small delta. We're still in downtrend. Small delta, sell. He takes these as sells. The hedge trader is making money here because even if he loses a leg on this, the explosion out of this is so fucking heavy. But for me, because I bought this and dumped, you don't think I didn't buy this and this, which should be the scare. This is the deepest stop, and you can see these coming. You know it's going to be hyper drama. But what if you're here? The delta bots, the hedge guys are getting in here. So I want to eliminate this as being a trend, as being a trade to take for. It's a trend trader's losing trade in this system. So this is when structure overrides any kind of fucking goober dumb shit rule-based system you wrote that's clunky fuck shit. Okay, because the smart money, so to speak, or the inventory control is enforced here, and the total auction has been happened. We've taken out this high, we took out the previous week's low, we took out this week's high in 8 fucking hours. Now this is the trade of the contrarian. This is a reversal. That's why when No Nonsense said I don't trade reversal, I go, well, you should learn how, because dude, that is like the biggest fucking fastest, quickest. But no, it's not a get rich quick. No, that's get rich quick. I don't know how to explain it. Lose slow. This is lose slow. Get rich quick. That's what I call that lose slow, get rich quick plan. I'm a loser. My family wants to. My trend traders don't understand me. I have biased dysphoria. My trend traders are saying, and I've been on many a thing. Even the structure traders, this is about to become a top. This is the juries come in. Low volatility on the bar. Let's sell. It's early in the trend. The better trade is going to be statistically after the first bias has been engaged. It's no secret. It's a weekly chart. From here to here is a week. It's a 4-hour chart, but it's a weekly chart in the sense this, and we start off the week in a sell bias. We just do. So if you're, and I don't really know how many real fans this ICT guys, because there's people that are mentally ill on the planet. Okay, this is no secret, right? Isn't it obvious there's some mentally ill people? Well, you don't think they're trading? Well, what I want to explain is that if you join my charter membership, you'll be able to understand why. The reason why I like white cars, I don't think it's a secret. It's white cars supremacy. So he sounds like a little bit like Truman Capote. Trades Forex. Inner Circle Capote. Truman Capote. Yeah, I trade Forex, and this is an order block. Order blocks. Truman Capote teaches inner circle trading. That's what I should do. That would be a side gig. John Wayne trades Forex. Give me that script, Pilgrim. Be sure to put that order on. I can't do John Wayne. I can only do ICT because I've listened to so much ICT. It's like it's like fucking. Jesus Christ. So I'm out of this trade. By the way, the Top Tick Tommy guys, completely done, over with. That trade's done. Next trade, please. So next trade is to put sell limits above. We're gonna lay track above, and we're gonna start buying here now. And maybe I sold at the market. Maybe I sold at the market there. it really depends how big these trades are if I'm awake. I don't have a robot yet, so I'm just playing back what I would do. I would definitely have buy limits strewn all the way down below. I think that's obvious, right? Everybody understands how that works. So we have buy limits down here, we have sell limits above. We're waiting to get filled. If we are not in the market, we're waiting to get filled. And this is the other kind of part about trading anticipation. We're anticipating some kind of winning result. We don't want to lose every fucking trade, okay? I'm just saying. Fast forward, I'll get filled on the sell side. There was a trend trade, right? We just about crossing over. I'm going to give it, you know what? That's why if you're still long from here, you're a big guy. But so we go long. We're going to sell again as soon as it takes out that next high. Oh shit! Wait, I got to get this right. Okay. We sold into that. We're short. We're making money. See how much money we made? Now here comes the trend traders. Here they come. Oh, my criteria wasn't met. Okay, so this is why I think if you're a trend trader, only take longs here. But how do you take the long? I say buy this vacuum on limits. Hello, people. Are you fucking retarded? If not for the scalp of just the wick, for God's sakes, just trade the 4-hour wick and make some fucking money. So we should be able to make some fucking money. The some fucking money trading course starts at $19 a month. And these are just, dude, you're out in 8 hours. Come on, an 8-hour exposure. You make $100 in 8 hours. You make $1,000 in 8 hours. Come on, these are easy trades. Yes, you could let this drift. If you're long and you just made $400 in this plunge and you still got a fucking 50K a standard lot left, yeah, I'm probably gonna wait till we take out top tick Tommy, but I'm gonna sell into it now. Sell limits. I'll go flat maybe on the way into the sell limits. I can see it coming. Can't we all see it coming? Are we fucking retarded? No. That's why we play back the market to rehearse what the price action's going to do, what's likely to happen, what the goobers are thinking. You got to get your brain around these retail traders, right? You got to understand the retail traders. See, retail traders lose money. See, 80% of retail traders. Why do 90% of retail traders lose money? Because they're following clunky entry rules. You know, they got clunky systems. It doesn't mean they're not making money sometimes. So stop it with, don't be nice to Retail Trader Week. Okay, so we got that. We sold again. Pin bar, small delta. The robots went long. What are they? They're winning. And look at this. Even the fucking hedge fucking bots are making money. After 4 hours, if nothing happens, just buy and sell at the market. Bing! It stops out the short side, but it's got good ratios. Bing! You fucking long here, dude. You're taking these dumb shit trades. Now, I'm taking them too, but not for that reason. I got sell limits up here. I got buy limits up here. I don't give a fuck about the goddamn trend traders. I see what they're doing. I gotta do it. I'm not fucking no nonsense forex. What we do? And he's on the daily chart. What a dumb shit, dude. Move the fuck 4-hour chart and give your people some fucking hope. God damn it. That guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I know the other guy says he's not so bad, but dude, I'm telling you what, dude. What a fucking idiot. I wrote a book. Okay, I gotcha. You're not a trader, dude. You don't have the balls. You're probably trans bias. Anyways, people understand what I was talking about with that guy. Again, top tick Tommy nicks it. I'm nervous. I'm not taking the long there from the small delta of the two last bars. I'm not taking the long. I got buy limits in now. Buy limits. Okay, we're getting filled on buy limits. I love it. If you're still short from top tick Tommy up here, you have a constitution to your life. You follow the rules. You're still short because we dipped into that window. Now, buy limits. I bought that plunge. God damn it, I bought that plunge. If you're still short from up here, right? Now it's down heavy. Here comes the 4-hour bots. If I'm sleeping or I'm beating my wife right now or I'm, doing another video, I'm buying that thing. The robot could step in and buy that for me because I probably missed that, but the limits are filling it, so why the fuck would I give a shit? You can't care. You just can't care, dude. I would say this is it. You can't care. I'm long. I know I'm getting plunged and I'm probably getting maybe raped. I could feel it. If I look at the phone, if I'm not in, and maybe I'm not in big enough here because I go, holy shit. So at the end of 4 hours, just to be a disciplined trader, at the end of 4 hours, I want to buy at the market here. Okay, I bought at the market. That was Friday. the robots would have put on a hedge, and this is the nice thing about a hedging robot system is that at the end of the session, it put on a hedge. The buy stops couldn't get filled because it gapped. But guess what? You're out of this trade. Into the sell, mind you, we're in buy mode here. But it's tagged that. So once again, another situation. Fast forward. The week has started. I'm going to put buy limits in. I'm going to buy now. No fill. I could have sold it too. I don't know if I would have sold that. This was where you should sell, according to what I say. This is the supply zone trade, and you would have stepped in front of this with all the balls of a fucking Herculean contrarian. You're going to step in and sell that. You're short now and you're making money. It's pulling back. I'm going to put buy limits in now. If I'm not in, that's the only trade left available to me. I'm just saying, I know how I am, and I know how I feel about it. So you got to know yourself, and this is the purpose of playing back the 4-hour chart. Rehearsing what you're going to do when you see fucking extreme price and everybody's shitting their pants if they're on some stupid... I wouldn't ever recommend being a chat room because, well, here's the thing. If you're a real contrarian, anybody that's a trend trader, you're going to tell them they're out of their fucking mind, and you're going to overload against them. So you're going to go too hard against the trend traders, and they're going to destroy you on the churning of that trend, but it's time frame dependent. So there's a lot of contradictory statements that you can make about it. Okay, so I'm short, or I'm about to get long on limits here. Fast forward, we're getting long on limits. We're heavily long on limits. We're long at the market. We're long because we have a martingale iceberg order sitting right here, and we have plenty back at the delta of the last order blocks. Big orders in here, and we just bought that plunge. I find trading to be pretty exciting, actually. The 4-hour chart has a high probability there's only from the beginning of the week, there's only 1, 2, 3 beat down trades, I call these. These are you must buy for your swing account, and these are all fucking winners. Big beatdown winner. Big beatdown winner. You got to buy this. I'm sorry. I know people don't like to, oh, it's down. No. And I would totally ignore, personally, this bullshit crossover system. I'm just putting up there to make the point that yes, these systems do work, and if you're not gonna have this trade, right? Because you should be short now, or maybe if you, like I said, if you make this longer, let's make it longer. Let's try to fine tune the. It's not fair. I shouldn't be so. Actually, there's a system I built. It's a 13 crosses of 55 because I was using Fibonacci numbers back then. That was on a 5-minute chart. It was a gold mine. Why? Because the 13 and the 55 moving average, linear weighted though, explicitly, both linear weighted. In my back testing visually, and I could be wrong, it had a good frequency of trading. It was keeping away from that so-called noise or the move on the way to the big move, the big turnaround. And that was why. Visually, I never had a chance to trade it. It was commodities at the time, and I don't think I put that wide a stop on a commodity trade. I didn't have about 10 grand back then. I only had about $3,500 in my trading account, so I was just a Jack Carl or Lynn Waldock. I traded with Lynn Waldock, all these people, Refco. Refco was the last one. They went bankrupt. A lot of scamming between them and the government, I think with the clearinghouses. And, in the end, who bails out the clearinghouse, right? So all those things, Whereas this is pretty much like online trading. You don't see your broker. You don't talk to him. It's ghost stuff, Ghost writer. But you get paid, right? That's the whole point. So we're down here along on the hard bot down algorithms were kicked in or system filters. I'm not crazy about the algorithm terminology. I think price filters or Behavior filters is better for me, but because it's criteria-based entry, systems would have to wait for the end of the 4 hours. We don't have a choice. We have to wait. Even impatient people have to wait for the end of 4 hours for the robots to work. So speed up again. Okay, that buy, we're out. Big up sell. I don't know. We're in buy mode, right? The moving edge has crossed over. We're in sell mode. We should have taken that sell, actually. We just got our ass kicked on that. So another reason why, if you believe in the auction of the high of the week, at some point it's going to go. So we took out the low of the week opening. We just took out the high of the week, or you're selling into that. Right, there's that trade. And then there's that trade. So now fast forward. Fucking amazing. So we should have made this moving average 34. So let me put it out there. So this becomes a hard switch filter. We'll use I'm only using Fibonacci so that I can keep track of the moving averages. When I see it on the screen, I know it's a 34. There's nothing magical about it. You're above a 34, a simple moving average. You're in long mode. So you see how that works? So these are all shorts, short. Here's where you get clobbered. So you're gonna get clobbered on this trade. And here you're not gonna take this. You're gonna go short here and get clobbered. Don't forget, in a hard crossover system, you're going to get clobbered on that trade. All right, let's fast forward. Now we're selling into this, or we're holding our longs. Right? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, your call is very important to us. If you're still on hold, press 5 for English. Press 2 for what language are we using here again? Oh, for C++ and for Fortran +9 for all of the calls. Stand by. Let's speed up the chart, if you don't mind. Chart guy, where you at? Sleeping at the wheel again. So we're still long. We're selling into that. Cashing out. Okay, we're short. We scalped it. Oh, when we're making money on the short side. So see, now the magnitude of that move, what can you say about this? When you top tick Tommy, this big grandiose structure here. Well, let's look back. What happened? Why did that? I believe there's a cause and effect. I don't believe this is like without reason and without cause and effect. And the bigger the vacuum, the more the responsive, equal and opposite reaction to the universe being the vacuum. So when you come flying back out of this thing, it's so high drama. Look at the high of the fucking week, dude. 4 hour punch. Up, 4 hour back. 4 hours down, 8 hours of crush, and I'm buying on limits. And I know I am because I know how I trade it. And I got big ass buy limit here. So this to me is instant gold mine, high probability trades. On the short side, you'd have to be cashing out as they pound these lows. Like, just look at that slice. This last wedge, dude, that's the trade. Just the wick of the 4 hours. So we don't even know. This could be 15 minutes. Let's speed it up. I'm going to estimate. So this is really, and look at the high drama moves in this market. Look at, this market can go ripping back up and it can still go down. So I'm going to buy more. If I've scalped out, I got buy limits pending. Buy. Oh, beautiful. So here's a perfect instance of my systems. If I didn't scalp that wick, or my rule, if I didn't scalp that wick, dude, here's where baby comes to town again. And when baby takes out this low, holy shit. And I've cashed out that. Don't forget, I've got my target set to make at least the wick or the whole last candle. Wow, now I got buy limits in again. I'm going to do that trade again. It was so much fun. I love this shit. When the market acts like that, I go buy limits again and tons of buy limits down here, and I'm holding long. I'm long on shit because I'm like, we're going after this stuff now. And if I'm not in any position now, I'm going to sell into that on limits. I'm going to buy into it on limits. So I'm going to take both sides of the trade. Pretty much always. So, here, let me speed it up. By the way, here. So, let's just get this burst going. Okay, what happened? We wicked it again. No, we didn't wick it again. Now we're delting out. Now we can think, oh, God, dude. There's hell to pay. I'm going to put limits above and below right now. Let me place them in. I buy here, and I'm going to put on pant loads down here. Now I'm long. I'm selling into this. This abyss is a different size, so it needs different stuff. And this is going to be the shelf. Dead man's turn. Dead man's reversal. Now we're going to take it up to speed. We're getting filled on limits to the long side. I'm loving this trade. Bye-bye. We cashed out. Now we're selling into the above abyss. This is the best scenario if you're trying to make money in 4 hours. 8 hours, you're holding. I'm selling into that if I'm not already long. Sell. And the scalp. See? Scalp back. Here comes the trend traders. They're getting a little whipsawed in the moving average crossover bullshit. They probably have to go to the daily charts to smooth it out. So we're going to buy. We're long because we just bought shallow plunges. We're always buying and selling. Okay, we're cashing out. Top tick Tommy made his money off the top of this. Did he not? Did he not make all those fucking pips just there? So don't tell me he didn't. All right, that's a supply. The problem with Sam's Seiden guy, or the guy that's supplying him. The reason why these guys end up on the fucking speaking tour, and just babbling about this shit when to put the trade on is a fucking job, It's a fucking you gotta do it. You gotta be there. You gotta have the computer in front of you. It's easier to just blather on and get paid for fucking symposiums and consortiums and dickiums and rainbow dildos. So again, we are holding short, maybe, or I probably got buy limits in now. Okay, I'm gonna have sell limits above that box. Okay, we just shorted it and we just went long. So we did both trades there just before. Now it's Sunday. Look at this pullback into the glorious trend traders are winning their ass off. They're laughing all over the bank now. They think they're fucking geniuses. But let's be careful because the abyss above us is fucking going way back, man. And here's the other treacherous moment. Is this high here is such a big deal that this is in the landscape, it's in the cards that if we ever make it up there, it's going to be crazy. I'm short above this wick. We just took out the internal wick of that. I'm going to sell into this on limits. This is a whole unique. Everything I'm going to do is unique because I'm trading manually. So I have sell limits above, imagine right now. I've already went short because of this high. And I scalped out of something because we tipped into this window. Now it's coming back for the punch up. Or the plunge down. I'm going to buy on limits too. I'm going long now. Long because it's down hard 4 hours. Now I'm cashing out. Now I got buy limits again. Long. Buy. Cash out. And I think I can handle this. So let me run through the end of this symposium I'm giving here. What the flying fuck here? I got an issue here. Please hold. What the fuck, man? Okay, so we're long. Okay, we're long. We scalped out the shorts. We went short. We went long. I'm not paying attention to trend traders. Too much to think about. So, okay, we scalped the short of that. Now we got buy limits. We just got filled on the buy side, taking out the lowest Sunday. We just sold into the high of the week. We're scalping that. We have some more sell limits above. We're kind of getting pounded here. Okay, that week's over. Sell above last week. Hard sells. Great trade. Buy below. Now we got pounded. Now I know I got hit on this because my eagerness to buy below here is just when it starts to fill this. I know I'm going to lose a little bit on this because I get so giddy about this. Now here comes the end of the world bots. They're buying that too. That's why I have to be very careful about this trade because look how much money it makes, right? If you hold this for 2 weeks, which I've done trades, I do swing trade too. So I can see the big picture, right? So selling top tick Tommy here is a big fucking winner. If you can handle a 100 pip stop, look at this. Beautiful plunge buy, no-brainer shit. I'm long below here on everything I got. I'm very long here. I'm going to go very long here, very, very, very long here. 4-hour chart. We got to wait for it to happen. You got to stay the course on this. I'm buying more. I got buy limits down here. Buy. I'm probably getting stopped out of some of this shit, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is the martingale pocket. Big trades here, scalped out, buying more. It's a buyer's dream. To me, I would only buy. After this plunge, I'm only a buyer that whole fucking week. Now I'm a buyer below here. I'm a seller above here. I'm cashing out, and I'm selling into that. I just cashed out. Imagine I don't have a stop. I'm just trading like 5Ks. Right. Okay, I'm buying this plunge on limits. If we're down hard in 4 hours, I'm buying, but I'm getting filled on limits, so why bother? Right? I just bought that abyss. I just bought that plunge. Even the trend traders agree with me. Well, they're selling. Actually, they don't agree with me. So I bought that. I got stopped out of some stuff, but where did I make up for it? Right here. Buying this, cashing out, buying this, cashing out, and buying more than Jesus here. Right? I'm not joking. This isn't a joke. Usually the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to print more money, see. I don't think you understand my plan here, see. I'm going to force you to put a fucking solar panel on your fucking head so that you can hear what I'm telling you to do over your wireless headphones that accept that fucking unique coded signal on a USB cable. Like a fire stick in your head, son. So see how that worked? If you had the balls to sell into that, structure's kicking the ass. Now we're buying. Buying this plunge. We are out of that trade now. I'm going to rebuy it. I'm going to rebuy the plunge. Buy limits all down here now. I'm getting filled in this. The sell limits are getting filled. Here's the trend trader's entry. Okay, sell above here and buy below here. This is going to be my new buy zone. May not happen this week, but next week. Okay, we sold into that, right? So where's the complete? Now here's where you really separate people from their money, because this is the biggest sell-off in 4 hours. So these are giant. Like if you can wait to trade 3 trades a week, you in a swing trading system, you'll make a ton of pips. Not a ton of money maybe, because you can't afford these giant moves. Whereas a scalper that's really heavily loaded into a position is going to make the same amount of money as the swing trader that trades a small position on these insane moves. Zooming out. If we zoom out to this, now we can see what is going on here. What is all the drama about? What the fuck? Just lost that. Okay, what the fuck's going on here? So you have to ask yourself, well, Jesus Christ, man. Can we ever come back here? Yes. Like maybe next week. And I'm going to be a seller above here. So this is a little bit, maybe makes you feel calmer. If you look at this view, you go, I go long here. Long, buy. Okay. When it comes back to here, I dump everything. That's my rules. It has to be. Right? I'm buying more. So whatever happened, if I didn't make enough money here on this dead cat bounce, I'm buying more. I buy new lows. That's a common, easy, no-brainer trade. Buy new lows. The other one is, you wait for the trend to come back to this, and you only take this trend trade, and you make more money than me maybe because you got in bigger. But, I like to stand, like I said, I'm really a contrarian person. So if you say it's sunny, I say, what about the cloud over there? What about that cloud butt plug you have? Okay. So I'm buying below here like a motherfucker. People are like, I can't fuck. Yeah, I know. So I scalp to here, and then I ride the storm all the way back to that. And once again, you can see my buy limits are getting filled. Now sell limits. Now buy limits. This goes on and on. Why I play it back fast, because I want to just say that it takes a lot of trades to make money. It takes enough trades to make money. If you're gonna diversify, you're gonna have to do more trades to protect your capital and do a high res, low size system. Or you're gonna sit there and go, dude, I'll get my finger on the trigger. I'm in a 5 standard lots. I'm gonna just trade that burst, and I'm done for the day. Like if you could just trade that wick. Yeah, you could trade these 4-hour wicks. I'm done for the day. I can't resist. If I see an opportunity in the 4-hour chart, I guess I can't resist it because I can wait 3 days to get paid. Not every trade for me has to be this 4-hour, 8-hour scalp, but that's what pays the rent. I can really bank some money if I say I'm going to buy anything below here, anything below here. We're coming into next week. Okay, I just got filled. This is a no-brainer. Look at this fucking trade. That's a no-brainer trade. Like, so that's bread and butter trade. Now, same thing on the sell side. I'll sell up here. Like I said, I had to be a little bit more equal opportunity trader. Buy and sell. Just buy and sell. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you to death. I already did a long video, and so if this video came out, I have to double check it. I had a problem earlier. So I'm a seller above there, by the way. And buyer down here, just really close to the market, though. Don't forget, I'm running close to the market. I got 15-minute orders in here. Like, okay, so I just got filled. Look at it. I just got filled long there. And look, I just made money. So that's my trading typically. But I know these big giant, like this is my favorite kind of trading. I put sell limits up here. The market's coming unwrapped. I got sell limits. I got buy limits. I got bing, bang, 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 bang. And not every trade's a winner. So don't forget, not every trade's a winner. There, I can see I'm getting filled here. I know I am on buy limits. I just know it. Well, now here's where I know I'm going to lose some money. Into the end of the close on Friday there. And look how we're all the way back to here without rhyme or reason to the moving average crossover system. If you have a trade plan for this kind of drama, you can make a lot of fucking money. But you also need... So how often can you get to the computer? How many trades can you put on? Is it worth your while? Should you just forget it? You know, you don't have to trade. So anybody that's watching, I'm assuming they're curious about trading, or they want to trade, or they want to trade better. I think anticipating these kind of moves, when we start to fill voids that go back way back, you cannot be oblivious to the fact that this high goes back so deep. This high is a big deal. This low is a big deal. These are really big deals. If we ever get below here, this is a no-brainer buy. Anything on the way to that, so to me, anything that takes out last week's low, I'm buying this whole plunge. Buy. I'm going to run my buy limit system, and I'm out. I know I'm out of that trade. That swing trade is over for me. How we get there, I don't care what's going on here with whatever volumes are going on. It does not matter, because if we fill that void, now if we fill this sell void, now I'm buying again. I've been a buyer for a long time, so I know I'm going to be buying that plunge. The sells, I get a little nervous on the sell side sometimes, but I have to admit, to my chagrin, that above here is sell glorious, sell the most glorious sell territory that's ever been identified, as we know it. And I'm buying this plunge. Heavily in, ready to buy pant loads here. I just got filled on my martingale at the very wick tip. That's the most amount of money I'll make that whole week. I want to buy again because I think we're going to drip lower. If I'm still holding, I think we could get back here, but I'm not counting on it, so I'm buying this plunge. I want the trade that's closest to me right now. And we're just on a bar chart now. So I bought that plunge. I cashed out. I have to, even though I think it could take out this, it could take out that. So now I have to step in front of the sell side. And here's where I get trapped a little bit, because if I... All right, so anybody that's not holding it here is a little disappointed. I could have wrote it to there. That's the engulf of gloriousness back to the floor. But if you're trying to make money on a 4 or 8 hour basis, there's a lot of scalps in here that are great trades, right? Not to mention we could buy limits now and sell limits above, and when the market calms down, those are going to be that's going to be the trading style that's going to be the winning trading style of the week that's coming up, because you have to adapt to what strategy should you run this week. People say, what strategy you run? Multiple strategies, and you have to be aware. I know I'm buying this plunge here. To me, this is a no-brainer trade, and I have to be careful not to get too giddy, because I'll be buying more below here. But this plunge shit here, to me, this is just obvious bullshit. Falls out of bed on Monday, crushed down, and I will dump everything I have here, because I know I'm heavily loaded on this, and I might even be buying these plunges here, and I know exactly what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put buy limits here based on that wick. That's a lonely wick looking back. It's a lonely wick looking back to the left. Look to the left, right. Wicks leave clues. Let me zoom in a bit. It's going to get crazy when I zoom in because it's going to be like Joe Biden whispering over your daughter's hair or something. Creepy fucking shit. We're getting filled here on the long. Okay, we just got the ultimate bottom tick Bobby. And we just paid for all that punishment. See, in 4 hours, if we had the patience to wait for the rally into Friday, back into the floor, now we're buying the plunge because I just love this trade. Even though there are trend trades here, people. For the guy that wants to babysit the 4-hour chart, I don't. Thank you very much. I'm long, I'm cashing out, I'm out. I'm totally out. I'm going to buy again on limits here. So that's it. I think you see what I'm trying to say. Let's see how we did. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a juicy plunge. That's just a juicy fucking... Look at that. That is fucking... Now that's got to be the jobs report or something. So I don't have targets set for these, so I wouldn't be able to actually trade that unnecessarily because I'd probably be out of half the position by the time it came smashing up. The only way I could do that is if I really loaded up and got it just right here. No, I know I'm buying that plunge. So anyways, that's that. Let's see how we did. What's the results say? Holy shit. I get whipsawed, son. Ain't no good. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. This is the world according to my ridiculous sense of price action. Price action for losers. Loser price action seminar complete. Thank you very much. 3 hours and 6 minutes of complete nonsense. Please do not comment. Please do not share. Please do not like. If you comment, we hunt you down and we put the fucking, we make you wear a mask that says, I will comply. I gotta get a mask that says, I love the government rules. Do you think I could get a higher social trading score if I agreed with the trend traders? Like if I said, I love trend traders, and can I adopt a trend trader so they don't abort one? And is it possible that I could be, will my social credit score go up? Will my trades get better fill execution? When my orders go to the front of the line, you see it? I'd be like a fucking high frequency fucking gender dysphoric trader. Could I be, when I grow up, can I please be a hall monitor for bad pips? You know what I'm talking about. Kids walking around, empty floor platform in their left pocket, putting on trades. Who do you think you are? What do you think, you're Forex trader or something? Step away from the mouse. Step away from that Fibonacci tool. My son found my Fibonacci tool under my bed. Holy shit. He's measuring everything. He thinks everything's a winning trade. He goes, look at the ruble. I said, dude, that's Putin. That's the Putin price hike there, son. Ain't no fucking way Fibonacci come on it. Oh, I don't think you understand. Bob's got 5 Porsches, and he trades Fibonacci only. In fact, his license plate says Fib 618. Everybody says, what's that Fib 618 license plate on your Lamborghini all about? Son, if I have to tell you, the word would get out, and I'd lose my car. If people knew how I was making money in these markets, I'd tell you straight out, the whole market would stand still. And they'd call me and beg me to put on a trade. Oh, please put on a trade, Mr. Liquidity Provider. It's okay. I'll just sell my wife. And I'm going to fucking turn out my little... I got a 7-year-old. She's already... Well, I got a 7-year-old boy that already became a girl. I'm thinking about farming her out to the fucking Biden farm. So there's a... I'm just letting everybody know. Biden has just built an underground conversion therapy room. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but it's okay from Canada. But I'm just gonna put it's not a shout out, but it's kind of a wink out. A wink out while you're winking people. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing with them fucking. If I had a kid, I'd name him Pip. Hey Pip. Hey Tick. My dog named Tick. I got a dog named Tick, but he ain't got no ticks. He's got a tick when he sees a chart. His paw goes up. I trained my dog. I taught my dog to trade for me. Yep. But the government says I gotta pay a dog slavery tax because I'm making my dog do shit he don't want to do. Here's how I justified. I put a treat on the execution key. Dog's a little fat because I've been buying a lot. I've been doing a lot of long executions, so I'll just flick a treat on the little, like, built a little fucking cup on top of the execution keyboard. So what happens there, he comes up and he puts his paw on it. I don't let him have the treat. There's a screen. I don't let him have the treat. So he keeps pawing at it and he keeps going along the market. So I can blame the trades on him now. Fuck. But I let him have at it. Like I let his leash long enough. Like I keep his leash. What happens? Okay, here's the truth. His leash is on a robotic pulley. And when I let his leash go out, the bigger trades, when I go martingale, the big trades are really far away from him. So when I let his leash out, give him some slack, so to speak, he reaches out and starts gnawing on these big bones that are like standard lots and shit on keyboards that are on the other side of the room on the floor. You got to understand how my room's laid out first, I think. Maybe I should have done that first. I have a USB hub with 128 keyboards plugged into it, and I got some trades that he probably won't get to this week or he'll get too fat and throw up. Now, here's where it goes wrong. He throws up on the keyboards, he triggers a bunch of trades I didn't intend, and you know, he gets a belly full, so to speak, and he has to barf it up. But if I reel him in just in time, he looks like the fucking hero. And he's the one I let take the heat for the trade. So if I should file bankruptcy at any moment, I've got video evidence of him putting these trades on. And what I tell people, I hide the chain with a green screen. I tell people, this dog, like I go into court like Johnny Depp, and let me explain to you. I started to tape my dog's behavior because this was getting unruly. And I'm going to tell you right now, look at the fucking video evidence. This motherfucker put the trades on, and I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. We understand your neighbors saw you letting the leash out and giving them so-called slack. So a Forex trading expert comes in and testifies in court and says, I think he was moving his stops, to be honest with you. That's why the account's underwater. Anyways, I can go on forever. But anyways, good luck there. Good luck in the world of fucking blowing up your account. And wondering when the clown show is going to end. I think it's coming. I saw the price of gas peel away a little bit. Just came a little bit off the top now, and I think Bitcoin's getting crushed. It's a buyer's dream. There's blood in the streets in the stock market. The goobers have bought the fundamental news of like, oh, it's really bad. Okay, here's the real truth. Volatility, the only people that are getting killed right now are the people that are panicking into it. We are in a price spike. So what's going to happen next? Consolidation. So during consolidation, the prices will contract. Is there another down leg down? No. Why? Because the Democrats are going to get destroyed in November. And what month is it now? And who plans ahead? And where are the sellers going to be on Monday? They're going to be like that last goober and the trend going down. But this is a particular time frame I'm speaking about. If you have a 5-day retracement right now that is so fucking big that people look back and go, man, if I only had the money to buy that fucking plunge that was so fucking ridiculous when they were saying. So when you hear the headlines in the high drama moments and like, I'm going to kill myself. Wow. That's short-lived, and that is the reversal wick. That's the first wick. And then the high probability, so to speak, or the confirmation trade is going to be, okay, we drift sideways and this and that, and then the patient people that can wait 2 months to get paid, this plunge here may be a 2-month retracement, or we may drip down. Nobody knows. And to have your gun ready, at the ready, so to have your scripts at the ready, or your trade plan ready to go, or you placed in your limits, you're waiting to get filled, the most highly disciplined entry you can think of is having the orders sitting there waiting to get filled, and you plan your trade your plan. That's based when I say supply and demand trading is logic-based entry. It has nothing to do with momentum. It only has to do with price levels. Is that a good price or not? There's nothing other than that. Now, if you get into moving average crossover systems, or biased filtered systems, and you're only a seller because on the 4-hour trend's down. So if you're not careful, you'll try to micromanage that maybe, and what if I put a daily trend, and I go with the daily trend and only take trades on the 4-hour chart? You can't ignore what's really going on. I know your car says that the transmission should shift. So I have a 6-speed transmission. I'm like, wow, I know how to trigger the transmission to get it to shift the way I want. I know it's already gone. I can see the tachometer, so I know it's already gone through those gears, those kind of economy off the light threes. And then when it gets to so I will hold the throttle till I get to a certain speed on the tachometer, because when I let off, I know it's going to shift. It might even go to the last overdrive gear, and I can make that happen. Or I could be an unconscious driver and hold my foot where it's at, and let it go through its full automatic shift. But I feel like I can kind of help it if I do X, because I can see what it's trying to do. Once again, I'm not sure if any of that helps, but that's what I'm thinking. So I didn't make no claim of anything ever working out. Anyways, time to go watch a movie and wait for the fucking crushing heat wave blackout meltdown. The riots are coming, because when the blackouts come, time to steal stuff, kids. So it's the perfect storm. It's man-made by a by the demo coup. It's a demo coup digitally installed Marxist loser regime. Digitally installed. Data installed. People slept at the wheel. Might makes right, not right makes right. Rules are for them, not for us. But here's the nice thing. Here's the redeeming quality of it all. Every burnt forest grows back richer. So they're burning it down. I say, here's some gasoline. I'll even sacrifice my gasoline. And how much are the rioters going to be able to afford the gasoline? Is what I'm thinking. Man, when the riots start, will the Civil War have enough fuel? They start burning people in the streets. Wow. But you know what? I'm old. So I remember 1960. They were burning people in this. There was that guy. I can't remember. This is maybe Cambodia. The guy lays in the street, lights himself on fire. Don't forget the necklace thing. I lived through the necklace thing down in South Africa. They put a tire on your neck and they light it up. They fill it with gas. They put a tire on your neck and they light it up. They tie you in the street. What kind of people do that to each other? So, Americans are fucking miffed if you fucking take their cell phone away. They lose their mind. But if you necklace me with gasoline and a diesel and a tire, and tires burn pretty good once you light them up, you know. And then this fucking asshole, racist cunt, white supremacist that talks about he took a bullet for Nelson Mandela and shit. This stuff is sick. These people are fucking sick pimp whores. Makes Sharpton look like a fucking lemonade stand. I mean, it's incredible. Anyways, politically, I could go off for hours about how fucked up. I mean, look at it, dude. Just look around you. I saw this cunt bitch at the university with tattoo on her neck. I'm sorry, I'm not big on tattoos. If you're teaching my kid, you got a tattoo on your neck that's got like a dildo, rainbow dildo up a 9-year-old's ass. We got a problem, kids. We got a problem. Okay? I'm just saying. Might be down for that one. So thank you for coming. Thank you much.